Welcome to session number 76 of Out of the Abyss.
Ooh,
on the Runtime Initiative. I think I might have said 74 last time we played, but it was definitely 75. I will see later, and I might have regrets. But I didn't change the go live thing last time, apparently.
Chill stream.
Yeah.
Gym 3.
Gym number 4 tonight. We got to Gym 3 last time.
That's true.
When last we played, the Underlight found themselves headed to the vast oblivion, to Karazazar's maw. Karazakar's maw. He was the OG. You expected to find one beholder upon your arrival, but you were a bit surprised when there turns out there were two. Karazakar had dreamed his opposite, his sort of another one of himself almost, named Karazazar, into existence, and they were sharing the vast oblivion as their joint domain. After a pretty fucking close fight, which was pretty dope, albeit frustrating at times, I know, but pretty dope nonetheless.
One of the ice dogs is this that guy.
Oh, yeah, they technically come out. Technically. Nero, in a last-ditch effort to finish off Karazakar, jumped up rather athletically and then misty-stepped so that he could get one hit into the purple beholder, into which you pumped a pretty massive smite, which was enough to finish off the purple boy. And Yormik managed to get himself back up onto the platforms after being paralyzed and
and petrified.
and almost petrified. And then you de-doored back up, right?
Yep.
Back up to the platform.
Got there.
And just in the nick of time, you were able to cast a pretty effective fireball that took out both Karazazar and Shadrak.
Who had a cold ready, apparently.
The door.
Yeah, he did. Fun fact. So, with most of the party on your relative last leg, we will pick up in the aftermath of the fight. Lionel is
Full HP.
full HP, along with Nero at the floor of the cavern.
Not along with Nero, in terms of full HP.
Oh, right. not quite. So yeah, they're at the bottom. Ishara and the three of you are still on the bridges. The now corpses of the two beholders are like floating down gently at like 10 feet per round.
Like a deflated balloon.
Pretty much.
Can I use Mage Hand to just like make sure they both land on the platform?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I mean, like, they're big, but they're also, it's not like they're full weight because they're just like, they were hovering,
Right.
But yeah.
They're just kind of nudging them.
Without too much issue, you can use Mage Hand to guide them towards the bridges so that they don't fall the whole way down.
So we stab the eye, right? Or else they come back?
Do not stab the eye. Or I'll stab your eyes. In your sleep.
Jeez, Vera.
I just...
Just a little bit of a joke after that. Thought we could use a little bit of... I guess not.
I'm just not in a joking mood right now. Where's Nero?
Like several hundred
He fell.
feet down.
After finishing the purple one, she points to where he went down.
Nero!
I'll get him.
I called down to the bottom.
Well, you
Probably
actually.
here,
I
right?
could.
I'll start climbing down.
I mean, if they full on, like,
Yeah.
cone the hands and yell down,
I yodel a little bit.
I'm down here.
How far?
Really far.
Do you need any help?
Oh, thanks.
What do you want me to do? Measure it? I fell.
Yeah, how long did it take you?
In exact seconds, so we can calculate.
Several.
Alright, so I take my dog and I tell it to go to Nero. Then I wait a day and then I walk 10 feet over.
Oh my gosh. Can you just like throw down a rope or something? Oh wait, they're only 50 feet.
Yeah, I was
long.
gonna
That's
say,
not
we have
long
50
enough.
feet.
But there's 5 of us, so that's 250.
But 50 of my feet are down here.
We can dimension door down there if.
We just fall. He'll catch us.
But can we dimension door back up? Is the question.
Trying to figure out as well.
How about you guys take care of those eyeballs first?
Give me
and
a
then we'll get
round
figured
of
out.
perception checks. Everyone who is up top.
Oh, it's
6.
500 feet. We should. Be
And
okay.
you can do one for down below as well.
Alright, so I'm listening.
Yeah, I'm just
Am I listening or
and see where it
seeing?
came from later.
22.
Both. So just roll normal, not with your visual disadvantage.
Alright, that would
I was
be a
thinking it
good
was
roll.
300 feet, but it's 500 feet.
Alright,
so we
that
should
is
be
a
okay.
less good
Your
roll.
size or smaller.
23.
So how do we get
15.
23. That's very.
You can
good.
probably climb.
I can probably go down and get him with 2 spell slots.
Can you get Lionel too?
I was going to cast fly on him.
Oh yeah, fly would work.
Wait, perception.
So yeah, what are the perception checks?
22.
22, 23, 6. Okay, you do not notice. You're preoccupied with how you're going to get 500 feet down.
Good jump. Did it
Um,
before.
15.
But you're sort of surveying your surroundings, trying to figure out the most optimal way to get your allies back up. And Bryn and Vera, you both notice, taking in the surroundings now that there's not beholders pursuing you, that up in the ceiling, I think the ceiling was like 80 feet up, if I'm not mistaken, from where you guys were.
Sounds about right.
There's a like a tunnel or an opening in the ceiling of this cavern.
What I say, Vera? There's gonna be something up there.
It's discreet and it's not particularly big. It looks probably just big enough
Beholder
for
size.
a beholder to
Alright, so-
hover through.
Now that they're dead, I could feather fall down there, cast fly on Lionel and Nero, and then I assume Lionel could carry me back up, and he could and Nero could just fly, and we could go see what's up in that hole.
Sure. That sounds fine to me. Do we want to announce to the slaves that they're free? Do we want to just kind of let them hang out?
Do we know that they are?
What if? Well, they're masked. I mean, the beholders here are dead. So
That's a good point. Yeah, I can go let him know.
You should harvest those eyes first before you do anything.
I'm not
guys.
touching those. That's Vera's.
And I'm not doing it while you're still stuck down there.
I'll do it.
So no.
Nope.
Alright, I'll just jump off and use feather fall to get close to the bottom. And, Nero, could you light something up so I know I'm getting close?
So you still have Ishara's Eyes of Night.
Okay.
So it's about 500 feet down from the
Turn my
lower levels.
sword on anyways.
So well, I don't know exactly where you are, so that's still helpful.
Yeah, so you descend safely, rather rapidly. It takes a few rounds, but not too.
All right. I'll use my cloak to
To try and steer a little bit. Okay. I like it.
This is my impromptu wingsuit. All right.
Yeah. So all of 30 seconds later,
And then
you see Vera reach the floor.
I'm out of third level spell slot, so I have to upcast fly, but that works out. So I'm gonna cast it at both you guys at the same time.
Great.
And now Lionel, carry me up.
Ha ha ha! And he picks you up. And
Lionel, I didn't know you could talk.
A robot version of Squidward.
a robot version of Blitzcrank. And he begins flying back up. And 60 feet per round ish.
Yeah.
So
No,
Yeah,
it's just
so-
your movement. If you double moved, it'd be 120 feet.
Boom.
within 2 or 3 minutes, Vera descends and gets back up to the level of the bridges, along with Lionel and Nero. While you're down below, The perception check that you made was a
15.
15. So you, obviously Lionel was there. There were quite a few other like bones and signs of other deceased creatures down below. There were also a few gray oozes, which you literally not even worth rolling. You easily were able to dispatch. That
Had I not been at 1 HP, which I wasn't because I pumped points of land hand. Yes, it would have been dicey if one of them hit while I had 1
look, man, you carved up gray ooze after gray ooze like at level 2.
Everything in D&D is dicey. It's fine.
Hey.
Touche.
Give me
Look,
But yeah,
if there's
it-
anything we
not even
know,
worth
it's that
rolling
action
for what-
economy is power.
True. We got 16 rolls to his 3.
Yeah, well, there's only like 3 gray oozes down there, and they're real slow, and it just
By the time I got down there, Lionel probably beat the snot out of them.
right, like
Real
yeah, with Lionel there, I don't think they like could.
It's like slightly
It's
less
just
viscous
heavier.
ooze
Next to
coming out of the
impossible.
ooze.
I have see invisibility still, if that becomes important.
Okay, good to know.
Wow.
Gotta have it.
No, that's right. So yeah, so
Otherwise,
you
it's just a gaunt spell slot.
Wow.
you all get back to the bridges, no problem.
Vera, do you want to take care? Do we want to take care of these eyes before we do anything else, just in case we have to book it out of here?
Probably, yeah. I can do it right now.
While you're doing that, Ishara will cast Prayer of Healing.
Okay.
So that'll hit everyone.
So worth mentioning,
What's that?
Everyone will get 2d8 plus 5 HP back.
Roll
So-
I think Kevin rolls. Or no.
so worth mentioning, that's a 10-foot gap. I don't think those, if the slaves are hostile, heck of a gap to jump over to get to us.
True.
If only get that crate ready to just fix it.
Well, I'm not going to
Appreciate it.
fix it for them because if they're hostile,
So
it's
everybody
great.
gets 11 HP back,
Great.
and then so if you're gonna safely extract these central eyes, that'll probably take a little bit. If you guys are gonna be in here a little bit more, she can cast it a second time. But
Yeah.
that's up
Well,
to
we're
you.
also after we're done getting these eyes. I mean, we can go up into that hole. I assume they have some sort of like. I don't know what beholders if they have a place of rest or something. I have no idea. But if we go up there, could rest in there. Don't think anything else is going to get into that room.
And there might be some...
Probably. I just don't know if they have a pet up there.
But we could see if that guy has a key or something.
To the hole?
Well, there might be more behind us.
I mean, that's a good point. I'll go
What was the
search.
first
Would you like to help me
I
search
would
this
love
body?
to help you search.
We're gonna go search this body.
the body of
I'm gonna
Sure.
I'm gonna assist
Archmage with his
Vera
+4
with removing
Wand.
Wand of the War Mage.
the eyes.
Do you have any,
Okay.
Do you have any gloves? For your sake, not the eye's sake.
Listen, yes.
I mean, yeah, he's like the normal
have
armor stuff
magical
comes with like
gauntlets.
leather gloves with the
Okay.
gauntlets and stuff.
I mean,
so-
I'm just, it's kind of gross, so I just...
Well, regardless,
yeah,
I'm just here. to be-
imagining
I'm just
you're
holding
basically
your
like,
tools.
right, or like
Yeah,
pulling
but,
pulling the eyelid back
Yeah,
or whatever.
I'm not
getting
doing
that out of
anything
the way,
technical.
and-
I'm
yeah.
just here to move stuff around.
Sure. So yeah, give me a. I think this one would be. Actually, blanked on the name, but like half the
Tinker's
skills.
tools.
Finally.
I've used them
Animal
before.
handle. No.
There was a non-zero chance.
Diplomacy.
He was gonna say that. I thought he was.
The beholder sits up and it'd be like, "What now? You call me?"
Sleight of hand, medicine.
Usually,
I was gonna say I'll do. You can do sleight of hand or medicine, your choice,
They are...
but with advantage because Nero is assisting you.
Well, they're both pretty bad, honestly. Does the Shara have medical training?
Yes.
Then I might ask her to do it for us.
Okay. Sure. So yeah, after she does the initial prayer of healing, it takes 10 minutes to do. Yeah, you all get 11 HP back if you didn't mark that back already. And yes, she can. You can basically direct her to do it, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
Honestly, like, given your stature and like the size of a beholder, it might just be like physically impractical for you to be the one trying to
Just climb in there.
reach and like
And
cut
just
all this
sit
stuff.
in the eye socket.
right.
Just squeeze under and just push with your feet to get the eyeball.
That's fine. We have.
But you want Ishara
prestidigitation.
to do it?
Yeah,
Okay.
get it. Get it.
Really good thing it's an advantage because it was a 1 and a 17
Sweet.
for a total of 26 on that medicine check for the first one.
I have a +2, so that was
Better.
yeah. Even with advantage, she's got an average.
You're
of
gonna pull
one.
2 eyes out of one of these.
This one seemed to have a genetic disorder. I just had 2 eyes back there.
It's like baby
I
teeth.
love
There's
it.
another one growing behind it.
It's a buy holder.
Yeah, so you guys take another. That probably takes. I don't know, because you gotta get around behind it and sort of like carve it out and stuff. Takes a few minutes to do, but you successfully extract the first beholder eye.
Can that fit in a bag?
Of holding.
Yeah.
Okay. Worth asking.
No, that's
'Cause
fair.
I'm not gonna go
The
fight
one thing to
worms
keep in mind is
while I'm
that
carrying an eyeball.
these bags aren't refrigerated.
Yeah.
It's not gonna immediately be like ruined and useless, but there is some kind of clock on its
Do we have?
viability.
Isn't there a spell for that? And do we have it?
I don't think so.
I'll
Gentle
cast-
repose, but Ishara might probably has it.
Oh, I guess it's not technically a creature, but it'd probably work.
Alright, so I'll cast
she
create
doesn't
food
have that
and water.
prepared
One
right
of you guys cast a spell that would freeze water, and then we'll put the water in a sack surrounding the eyeball.
Just-
and
Just
we'll put the
remind
eyeball
me
into
to have
the-
Ishara prep gentle repose in the morning, and she can cast that on it in the
Just
morning.
freeze the liquid inside of the eyeball.
Oh, there you go.
It's its own ice
It's
cube.
genius.
Yeah, that's
That's,
fine.
that won't ruin
And
it.
attempt number 2 was a 14 and a 19. So
Better.
after
Bryn
10 to
probably
15
doesn't
minutes
know that
of
would be bad.
surgical effort, both beholder eyes are safely extracted
in the bag.
Made of
in the
eyeball.
bag.
How
Okay.
much do we know
Okay.
about the composition of a beholder body?
10 to 15 minutes to do both.
It might be
Flies over.
mercury. We
Oh, I
can't
should
be
roll
sure.
it.
Not sure.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. I forgot.
Well, if you were helping her, I
lifting
could've-
up this guy's
if you were
clothes.
going to help her after that,
Digging through
anyways,
pockets.
and you didn't
You
need
want to
me,
stop that?
I could have been flying up.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
true.
you're searching.
Sir, yeah, well,
Up
Just
to you.
gotta
Just
be sure.
checking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
so
gotta
I
be
would have
sure.
flown up with Lionel
like a
to the
TSA
hole.
does it.
Okay. Yeah, so you fly up to the top of the cylindrical chamber that you're in. Again, it's an opening basically just big enough for a beholder to show
Two
through.
beholder
Or,
eyes.
or Lionel.
Oh, sorry. I don't like.
It's
truly
fine.
forget
It's
about
fine.
you.
We
but
are
if we
really
find-
searching
Key,
this
we'll
thing.
tell him to come back now.
So
Just imagining them doing surgery on 2 beholders the whole time. We're just like
Looking in
searching these
pockets.
pockets.
It's a stick.
Guys, this guy has like 5,000 pockets. You're just searching in a circle. You search that same pocket.
I'll search this one, you search that one, then we'll switch.
You guys were just waiting for me to remove the eye so you could look behind the eye for the key.
There we go. It's in there.
That's definitely it.
It's like, you know, like when a contact gets like lost.
Worry
in
not
there, you're just
though.
like,
I have 3 times 50 feet of rope, and if this is only 80 feet up, I'll just tie 2 of the ropes together.
Get me up there. I'm about to see some
Drop
invisible
down that
stuff.
rope for you.
For sure.
Bryn just like looks at the like 80 feet of rope and just like detours to the top.
Your spell
Um,
slots, not mine.
So Shidrak has very little on his person. He
What about
was
his
wearing reasonably nice robes that are now scorched and singed from the fireball that killed him.
But still reasonably nice.
They were reasonably nice.
Oh, okay.
Well, why'd you ruin it?
He still had a staff, but this staff appears to just be a finely crafted like wooden staff that was potentially used as an arcane focus.
What a
That's
pun.
my inventory.
And aside from that, there's no money on him. No food. Realistically, it was kind of what you see is what you get.
Yeah, this guy was like ready to die.
Yeah.
Shame. I'm gonna kick his body off the bridge.
Okay.
Oh, did you not tell
yeah.
me that I tied a
You-
rope from
you-
him to you?
Yeah, so you take his wooden staff and you kick his body off the bridge and it disappears out of sight. After you guys finish searching the body, Nero comes over to you along with Lionel to, tag team fly up into the
Perfect.
upper sanctum area. Alright, so who's going first?
I actually have the most health right now.
That
How
is
much
true.
you got?
29.
I have 48.
Oh, you put a bunch
Well,
of health
and he
in.
has
And I have
Lionel.
the bank.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, I guess you can go first.
Well, and also Lionel and him are the ones who have fly on them.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I don't think
So,
we got.
all right, he's going
Well,
first.
I
Just
mentioned
throw
we're
Yormik.
500 feet first.
Just throw Yormik into the hole first.
Oh my God.
All right, you can be on my back, Super Nero again.
Huh?
Super Nero Yormik. You can be on my back.
Yep, I'm doing it. Bring it.
So if you're going to carry him,
Yep.
you fly at half speed, which obviously for this particular situation is not much of a problem.
All right, I cast haste on myself.
I cast haste on him as well.
You can't
My
stop.
head-
You
my
crash
head
into the
just goes
ceiling,
into the
take
ceiling.
another 20d6 falling damage because you were flying up so fast.
Roll concentration.
Oh god. There they go. Yeah, so you fly up the short
That'd be a
distance.
great comedy.
And there's about a 20-foot recess that you follow before it turns, and there's another small chamber or cavern. It's not much bigger than 30 foot. It's clearly was also made via the disintegration ray because it's just
Perfect.
it's just perfect. It basically ends in this circular room that's about 30 feet in diameter or so.
Yeah.
And in this room you find a pile of gold and
Dope.
Nice.
platinum and silver and various gems and some other random junk.
Is there anything that's
That's like
visible?
Nothing immediately obvious. However, please make an investigation check.
Investigatory.
I believe that's a 13.
I believe that's an 18. If I
Uh,
can read.
Okay, so
Which Yormik can.
going through the contents here, Nero, you come across a scroll that is buried under some of the gems and money. Yormik, you sort of start from the other side and sort of, you each sort of go over half and then cross paths and sort of look through everything. And so in total, money-wise,
Oh, I got you.
Here we go.
I get all of it.
550 platinum,
What the jeebers?
9,000 gold,
14K.
Okay.
9,500 silver,
Okay.
assorted gems valuing in total 5,000 gold.
20.
Nero, the scroll that you found, it won't take Bryn or Vera long looking at it to see that it is a scroll of teleportation.
Okay.
And
Cool.
Yormik, something that you realize looking through that Nero missed from his side, there is a very small, not even a chest, but almost just like a wooden container that was invisible.
I'm gonna grab it.
Oh no.
You die immediately.
Good.
I will open it.
Remember
You
that
open
other
it.
gem we found?
Yeah.
You open it, and inside there is a rather beautiful looking, large gem.
This
Spell jam.
Spell jam. Ninth level, let's go.
It contains 3 wish spells. It's a very nice deck box for a deck.
Yorma gets it, looks around. I wish Nero would respect me. I wish Bryn would respect me. I wish Miro would respect me.
Char's just
I
like,
feel like, yeah, I don't get it. Like, I don't know.
what's wrong with you guys?
So this gem is like, basically it's like a hemisphere of sort of like clear crystal looking.
Baller.
Yeah.
Half ball.
It's not like your standard gemstone. It doesn't look like
Wait,
any.
it's a ball?
It is a hemisphere. It is half of a
Half of
crystalline ball, but it's also relative. It's like smaller. It's not like half of a crystal ball. It's like half of a like a large super ball sized ball.
Yeah.
It's like just half of that, but it is this like clear crystal.
Huh. Nero, you missed this.
Yeah. I blinked. Sorry.
Can I take the invisible chest as well?
Sure.
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah.
What are you doing? We're gonna hide this in the invisible box and put it in the bag of holding, and then nobody will ever know if they actually got it out or not.
Invisible chest. How big
Remember
you
the
want to
last
say
time
that
we
is?
found an invisible chest?
It is rather small. It is
Chest. Like it was too big.
It's like
That's where we found the
Like the
staff.
size of that box right there?
it's a little bigger than that. I feel like one of you has like a dice box or something. Right?
Like this?
A little bigger.
Like 2 of these together?
Like this?
Not that big. Not quite. That the dimensions
4
on
of
it are
these?
wrong. It's like closer to like a little bit bigger than Lenny's like dice holder container. Obviously, it's not slotted to put a bunch of dice in it, but
More bigger than that.
Very
Actually,
small.
I have an actual deck box. It's a little bit bigger than this.
Invisible deck box.
Contains all 4
deck
blue
of
eyes
Invisible deck box of invisibility.
3 now.
Now 3.
Does it require attunement?
The invisible box does not require it.
Yeah, sure. Ask that stupid question.
You know what it does not?
No, it just turns visible.
Toss the hemisphere in the
It's
ground.
invisible.
I'm done with this shit. The box is the cool thing.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
Cool.
Like a
So
can.
that rounds out the most interesting items among what you find up there.
While they are up there, I'm gonna.
Oh, you're coming up
Yeah,
with
you're
mine.
with us.
I thought he was coming up with one.
No, they're working
He's
on
getting
the eyeballs.
Yeah, I'm still.
Oh, okay.
You would have been flying up.
Oh, I was up here for all this. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, that's really cool, guys. What'd you find over there?
You're doing great. Keep it up.
We're in just so much gold.
Oh, that's really cool.
Do we have the purse of exact change?
Yeah, we do.
I'm just gonna take it and drag it along the ground.
It has a limit, right?
It does.
Yeah.
So we
So
can't do
how?
that.
So within the period allotted, how much of this can we realistically
I
do?
If
We
you
can just
ignore
run
the
the rest
silver
of it.
and the copper, you can take all the platinum and the gold.
14,500.
We'll hand wave it there.
Dope.
Okay, so I'll just.
And then
Keep
Vera
track
can
of
make a
the-
magic circle.
What
so
about
we
the
can come up
gems?
For the rest of
You
it
can grab
later.
all the gems. They're
We'll see you in a year.
bigger than all of the coins. Easier to just grab.
Okay, then we have the plat, gold, and gems. I'll circle that.
It was 9,000 gold, 5,500 platinum, right?
No, 550.
5,500 platinum.
5,500 gold value worth of platinum.
How much is that in Electrum?
20.
And what?
Shut up. Stop that right now.
75.
Give me back that inspiration. You're done. You don't entertain the notion of
Bryn,
Electrum in this house.
While we're getting the coins, can you look at what this does? And I just toss you the little hemisphere thing.
Breaks.
He drops it, it falls down, and it falls and falls. It shatters 500 feet below you.
Well, must not have been magical then.
True.
Hits the beholder eye.
Reanimates it immediately.
You roll a nat 1 on the
Oh, it was a gem of resurrection.
A gem of what?
Resurrection. Hits the beholder eye and it
As
just
I'm
like,
working on it, it's like, no.
Not again.
just like you're like staring at this eye. Suddenly, your dark vision like goes away, and you're just like, oh crap.
Oh no.
Shit.
What is it, Brent?
Yeah, so I'll detect magic on the.
It is magical.
You have identified.
Oh, identify. That's what I meant.
Okay.
It's been a while because she's usually been the identifier lately.
Gotcha.
Wait, this wasn't a mundane gem trapped in this invisible
Amazing.
box? Amazing!
He was.
You
he
should
was
have pulled the
embarrassed.
secret thing inside the
It used to
invisible
be.
box.
It used to be a full marble,
Yeah.
and it got split when this guy was born, and so he got embarrassed and hid it in the invisible
Yeah.
box.
There you go.
That makes sense.
He gave up half his marbles.
Sorry, I gotta look
He
something up.
lost all the rest of them.
Yep.
Ba-dum-bum.
Ba-da-da-da-da.
So this gem is magical. It
No,
gives off
allegedly.
It's
an
magic.
aura of divination.
We give it back.
And
Uh-oh.
upon completion of your
Uh-oh.
identify spell,
Let's see this.
it is a gem of seeing.
Gem of sea.
Gem of seeing. This gem has 3 charges. As an action, you can speak the gem's command word and expend 1 charge. For the next 10 minutes, you have true sight out to 120 feet when you peer through the gem.
Do you know what I've
I just took that spell, but
I'll
okay.
say, you just took
No, wait, really? Okay.
Yeah, we debated about who's to take it.
Yeah.
We haven't used
Well,
it
I'm
yet.
glad. It sounds like it was important.
Right.
Well, you have infinite charges? Or charges that recharge?
Full disclosure, that was in the book. I didn't just like arbitrary.
Well, I believe it.
Oh, there was
It's
an
the-
invisible box there, or was it
The-
No.
the meta game part of me is always under that assumption of like, if there's something we really need true sight for, the book will probably give us a way to do it.
True, until we're fighting an invisible enemy
but-
that we're supposed to just deal
but-
with.
Yeah.
Does it
Oh,
require
really?
attunement?
It does.
It does.
The gem? Oh, you found it indeed.
All right, so
Yep,
we found
it is
another
a
gem to
standard.
Yep.
sell. We found another gem to sell.
Oh, unfortunate.
Real unfortunate.
Okay, so you got that, Evan.
I have it.
And let's be honest, that really should have been a
So I will
monocle.
hand it to you then.
Yeah.
because-
I
Well,
have
that
the
could have been a
gem
monocle.
and the box, both.
You could probably construct a monocle that would house it if you wanted.
And give you an extra
You look so
2
fancy.
slots.
The
So
art
actually
for, the art for it in the
attach
book
your
has it
clothing,
on like
right.
a stick thing, so you like hold it up and like. It looks weird though, so I decided it doesn't have. It's
Like,
just a gem.
like it was
Quite.
like it was opera glasses, but for
Yep.
older.
Yep.
It should be a magnifying glass.
I mean, it a little bit is, except for the magnifying part.
No, I see it though.
Well, if it's a hemisphere, it would be magnifying. It's like
Any.
I like that the gem of true seeing is in the invisible box.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's quaint.
Rather.
Ironic?
appropriate.
No.
Alright.
Just quaint.
Yes.
Quite.
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 Quite. Yes.
Quite.
Yes.
Indeed. It's quite.
Quite trite, if you will.
Alright, so why don't we rest up here?
That's not a bad idea.
I mean, we need to get Vera and
Nah, she got it.
Shara, but
They got those beholders to hide in.
then people will behold them.
It's true, they'd be holding.
If they beholden them, then they're not gonna be with us afterwards.
That is where beauty is.
Yeah. I'll go over to the ledge and
Yeah, they
say,
found beauty.
I call it an eye.
Hey, Vera!
You're looking pretty good, Vera.
Well, I can see these gloves on. What?
We're gonna, it's safe up here, probably.
That's good enough for me.
Do you smell bad? Can you clean up before you come up here?
Grab me a tooth.
I'll rub my feet off on the carpet. Don't worry.
Do you
There's no
have-
carpet.
Do you have a way to get you and Shara up here?
I can cast another fly spell.
Perfect.
I could dimension door to you.
God.
And then
But
back.
you would need to do that like twice.
Done.
And
Well, and then
Win-win.
Bishara.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have spell slots,
okay.
I think.
Do it.
All right. So you said you guys wanted Ashara to gentle repose the next day, right?
Gentle ripose.
Okay.
For their
Ripposy.
I will detour 4 times to get these.
Sure.
Yeah. It's already done.
You could also rappel down
Nope.
and then detour up.
No, Durgar never climb.
Yeah, that seems accurate.
I've heard that about Durgar.
That's
Never
true.
climb.
That is word on the street.
Never climb.
Rules of the street say they
Yeah,
never
we
climb.
go down. and then you make stairs.
Sure.
Okay,
I mean,
so
if-
you're gonna
if
cast
street,
fly and fly
if
you
you're climbing, you're not
and
on the
Ashara
street
up.
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless he's de-dooring before I have a chance. You can't even de-door. Wait, are you a medium creature or are you a small creature?
I am medium.
Okay, you can get her out.
So you go down.
I could
down,
just
up.
I can cast.
You've already been overruled.
Okay.
Just jumping around.
Do any of the smaller eye stalks in the beholder have any value?
Probably.
I'll work on those too before I go out.
Sorcery points.
That's fair. Those are more easily extracted because you just cut all the stalks off.
Like picking flowers, very disgusting
no.
I was like,
flowers.
A little
got
bit.
20 stalks.
20 beholder eye
I had
stalks.
2.
Nice. You can wear them around your waist.
Casted.
Did you have enough?
There's a I think there's an
Please tell me you got down, up, down.
Like
Hey, Vera.
I saw waist core or something like that. Or waist doctor.
Hey, Vera.
What?
I brought you up. And we're standing there with Ashara. This is a little embarrassing, but I may have undercounted my available spell slots.
Wait, so you're down here with us there now?
You're
No,
up.
You're up.
Ashara and I are just down.
He had 3.
I had 3, and I was like, well, just use sorcery points, and I had 2 of those.
Well, do you have lower level spell slots? You can turn into more sorcery points.
Good point. Okay, hang on, let me cash these in. Cashing in. Goodbye, second
how does
level
that
spell
work?
slots. I can trade in. It's like Dave and Buster's points where you can cash out.
You're just sounding like
There's a specific exchange rate per level, like of sorcerer points per level
I
of spell.
needed 5 more, which is 2 second and 1 first.
Okay.
So there, boom.
Okay.
Back.
So, Yormik is
twice
down
the money as the
below
level
like
spell.
30 seconds longer than you'd expect, given that he just went blink, 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 and then just like nothing for a minute.
Vera? Oh, no, wait, never mind. I got this.
Just this like awkward pause. But eventually,
It's like I imagine him like doing mental like the exchange is just him like kind of doing mental math of like
It's probably more of like a constipation.
I
for
I
Yorman.
barely had any. It's 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. Because first level's 1, second level's 2, third level's 3, fourth level's 5, fifth level's 7.
is it really 1, 2, 3? I thought it was 1, 2.
Maybe it's 1, 2, 4.
think-
It was
I think it's
second
1, 2,
and
4.
first level.
Gotcha.
It's all good.
okay. So you're fine.
We're
You can do it again.
Cool.
I
So once you all get up to the the treasure room, for lack of a better descriptor, Ishara is going to cast another prayer of healing. This time at 5th level.
Wowzers.
Yeah.
Right before our long rest.
Everybody gets 30 HP back.
Gosh, that was a much better roll.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Well, so I casted at 5th level, so I got 3 extra D8s.
That feels feeling much better now.
On a scale of 1 to 100 health, I'm at 65%. Wait, how much was it? 30, 35?
30.
Cool.
64%.
So just for the sake of caution, if you guys wanted, Ishara will also ritual cast. So prayer of healing just takes 10 minutes to do, even not ritual version. But she can ritual cast Liamon's tiny hut.
Yep.
Oh,
As
That's,
well.
I
Sure,
can put
sure.
this wall of force in. Oh no, wait, I can't cast a wall of force.
We'll just use Lionel's fabricate.
Oh yeah,
to
we
make
should
the
swap
wall.
that out.
We should swap that out.
Swap what out?
The wall of force.
Oh, it's not on the
Spell
sorcerer spell list?
No.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, so you guys are up there. You're gathering up the gems and the platinum and the gold. Yeah, I assume Nero shows the scroll that he found to one of you.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
hand it over.
Readily identify it as a scroll of teleportation.
Well, Brim would have been there, so I would have handed
That's a scroll of
Or-
teleportation.
Or a scroll of teleport, technically. But
I say teleportation.
it. Right, it's all the same to me.
Nice. Yeah, so it's just a
Probably throw
one
that to
one
Dara.
of teleport spell.
If it's, I think it's only easy to do if it's on your spell list, right?
Oh,
I know it's on mine.
clear what it is. I'm not a teleport boy.
I
Teleport- I
don't
have
think
a
it's on mine.
I'm pretty sure I have it.
Is that how we got
Access
Wall of
to it.
Force on your spell gem?
Hang on, teleport.
So if we use this-
Teleportation circle. Is teleport 7th
Bard,
level?
sorcerer, wizard.
Oh, we
Oh,
can
yeah.
all
Bard?
cast it. It might be 7th
Then it
level.
probably shouldn't be me in case I'm unconscious and someone else needs to
Yeah.
piss out.
I know exactly where we're going.
When it is.
Yep.
Yeah, and so obviously having that, you're able to look at the the spell descriptor and everything. So there's like various levels of familiarity with a target
Although-
location. You can go to like a permanent
Literally
teleportation
just
circle
look
with
at
like no
Bard,
chance
sorcerer,
of it
wizard.
failing.
Yeah.
But, like if you try and go to a place that
What's the casting?
you've
time?
only what
What's the casting time on it? Sorry, Archie.
an action.
Instant.
Okay.
Here's a scroll.
I mean even no. So scrolls have the normal casting time for the spell.
What if we cast it
Into
from
the
the scroll
gem.
into the gem?
That would be a move.
Which gem do you have that can hold a 7th level spell?
Yeah.
None of them.
The
moon-
the piece of
the-
paper
This
that we just
eyeball,
found.
That
The invisible
that,
chest.
That eye that we don't actually need. We'll just override it. Instead of true sight, it can be a gem of teleportation.
And then also technically keep in mind that if you wait until you could potentially cast 7th level spells, you can copy into your spell book from a scroll.
True.
It's not foolproof. You could potentially mess it up, burn through the scroll without actually successfully copying it.
So I pay for it.
Yes, and you have to pay for it like normal.
Oh.
Don't be a big dummy then.
Can I have Bryn identify the magic box? Invisible box.
Yes.
Sure.
I don't think it's going to be in D&D.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I will try to identify.
Mostly want to know
That was a sneeze.
whether or not it is a extra dimensional space.
It is not. It is an invisibility glamour to the outside.
It is a
universe.
multi-dimensional space.
Really?
Yeah, like three of them.
It sounds like better. Extra is like what, 2?
Yeah.
That's great.
Beautiful.
Put stuff in there, just. Careful, two-dimensional space is no joke.
That's true. That's how bags of holding work. Everything just becomes flat.
Careful. Don't let that leak out.
This irks me so much.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to do in this ward before resting?
I do have some fifth level spells left.
Sorry, camera.
I could cast Arcane Eye just to scout out
Yup.
the big idea of what's in these tunnels, if we care.
Either that or I was going to say at the bottom. See if there's anything down there.
Besides the oozes.
Right.
No longer.
I'm
Yeah, no more oozes.
I'm willing to spend some time just scoping things out.
I think
from,
do
from the
it.
safety of our little nest up at the top.
Okay. Yeah. So, what do you want to check out first?
I'll start with the bottom, and then
And now we're here.
and then I'll just start going through
The beholder body's
the tunnel that the other beholder came through, and just start
Huh?
no particular direction in mind.
The dragon is a
Probably makes it harder for you.
So if you start at like the very bottom, like where you fell down to,
Yeah, where he was at. Where he
For
was
the
at.
Sure. So you see
hold monster.
a handful of
I would do that.
probably now deceased gray oozes if they got anywhere near
If you like drop their car
Lionel
keys down
Hero.
here or something.
Like you have your dragon.
Huh?
Anyone drop
Like
their car
animate
keys down
objects.
here? Any valuables?
You find
Similarly,
Yeah.
Bones and remains of creatures, giving it a little more thorough of an inspection.
If we want another animate object,
You do see one, not quite remains, but like a smashed up, like destroyed. Looks like it used to be some kind of automaton. Make an Arcana check for me.
because then I can take it. Because I am lacking like just
would be like
He's
if
fucking
you-
dispel
take
dice, man.
a big punch of spell.
11.
I have the
11?
lightning,
Yeah.
and that's kind of
This-
it.
So you don't know anything. You don't recognize the
That's even on the
specific
spell list.
remains or the remains of this specific
Like model?
entity as a specific thing. But you do know enough to know that there are
Yeah, I feel like we
like mechanical constructs that exist in the world and across the other planes
Is it
that are
I can
drones of some modrons is the like the greater society, I guess, of these
Oh,
sort
like
of
they're actually more sentient.
yes,
So he's not like Lionel, other than
right.
he may be constructed in a similar way, but
So the thing that you know about like so you don't know anything about like you wouldn't know one like modron from another, I guess, but enough that you recognize that this is a modron, I guess, or was at some point.
Yeah.
It's just like smashed up remains of it. And the TLDR of what you know about modrons is that they are like the quintessential like lawful entity. There's no. It's following law. It's that plane on that like planar axis. It is pure law.
So you've got that.
they don't diverge from that. They're always
Pretty universally, yeah.
They don't go off. You're saying they do diverge. Or they don't diverge.
They generally don't.
Okay. Lawful neutral.
Gotcha.
But while I'm looking around, Brian, I don't know if you're familiar with them, but I think there's a Moldron down that pit. Dead, but there's one down there.
So I'm sorry. Caleb doesn't know what a Modron is, and I'm very sorry if you just explained it.
They're tiny little robot people
Okay.
that hail from the. So you've got the abyss is chaotic evil, the nine hells is lawful evil.
Mm-hmm.
The world, the plane that the Modrons hail from is like lawful neutral, like the quintessential lawful plane, I guess.
Okay.
So, like Modrons are to lawful neutral what demons are to chaotic evil.
Sure. So Lionel had a baby,
I think one popped out when we hit the bottom. Yeah.
Dibs.
and it's in the bottom of like this pit that we're in.
Yeah.
It's like smashed up remains of one of these things.
Interesting.
It's been here a while.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to see one. I don't know much about them, but
Do you need it for your?
No, I just.
Do you want one for your?
No, I just thought it was interesting. And I was going to keep exploring. I didn't want to forget to mention it to any of you in case
Yeah,
you had
thank
any
you.
ideas.
Well, I've got ideas.
Um,
Lionel smushed it.
well, unless yeah, we can come back to that later if you guys want to grab it or leave it or whatever. But continuing your scouring of the area, what you end up seeing is each tunnel that offshoots from this central cylinder. It's 10 like symmetrical spokes around it. Every other one of these tunnels ends in another like narrower diameter like cylindrical shaft, and some of them have like random cave off of it, like how you guys entered the spoke that you entered this place from. Some don't. What you witness though, as you look, scout through each of these spokes, sort of the individuals that were enslaved here, like started poking their heads out and looking around and coming out and seeing the slain beholders, and yeah, sort of just they were all hiding in their own little hidey holes in their caves, trying to
Eye sockets.
avoid the attention of the beholders and Shadrach. They seem to be coming out of their shells. Some of them look very gaunt and like they've been here a really long time. Some not so much. It is a pretty diverse mixture of folks. like there's a good number of there's dwarves, Duergar, a few humans, some elves, some drow, deep gnomes, and even some goblins and some orogs. Orogs being, well, so this was written before they decided that orcs had like the standard intelligence like other creatures, so orogs were particularly intelligent orcs, effectively. But yeah, so orc-esque creatures. But yeah, it seems like they sort of start getting up and start venturing out.
And then I'll also mention that looks like the slaves, the previously slaves, are waking up and are I'm trying to find their way out. I don't know if they know which way there is to get out.
Aren't those our slaves now?
That's what I thought. Yeah, what's going on?
Rules in the streets.
Where are our slaves going? Yeah, no climbing, and their slaves are our slaves.
It's a good thing we got Fabricate, right? Just block off the tunnel.
Lionel goes flying past him.
Zoom, zoom.
Lyle runs. He jumps, he just freaking, like, superhero lands down in this area and then just sprints
And
over.
You are being rescued.
I imagine him, like, jumping over the crowd and then, like, Jarvan walling around him.
Yeah.
It's ingenious. These beholders were building a railgun. We're just gonna let it get away.
Alright, you're all coming with us to fight the Demogorgon. You in the back, hold this rock.
Have you heard of action economy? Let me tell you.
So
Peasant railgun, man.
Peasant Starcraft.
Perfect science goes
Well,
into
get-
the peasant railgun.
We'll get used to it. Get used to it. Action economy number 72.
Yeah, so what I was
AA72U.
what I was gonna do in the that chamber was just use something I never use, which is Divine Sense,
What?
Okay.
and just see if there's anything off in this particular chamber.
That's probably worth doing.
The end.
Well, there's two
You feel the almost like the residue or the aftermath of there having been an aberration dwelling here for such a long time, but you don't get any more active, bold, current sense of anything.
Okay.
Variety.
Cool.
All right.
Anybody itchy?
Anybody watch?
I've got a potion of anti-itch on me. So.
Oh, yeah, send that this way.
I don't think that I-beam hit me.
Itching to get out of here.
Okay. Any other scouting that you want to do?
No, I just want to get Draggy the lay of the land.
Okay.
We're at the ceiling of this thing, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
We should probably make sure that's...
Oh, we're inside the hut. We're in a magic hut.
Yeah. So no, you're
Hut
you're
magic.
pretty safe up where you are. I guess the
I was just going to say, just like...
In a magical hut. In
I
a
was talking
polar
about the
hideout.
slaves that even if they do know how to get out, how much
They're
searching...
gonna attract a worm.
Perfect.
Worm bait. Ooh, aha.
We don't need the worm, we need the egg.
Exactly.
Huh?
Well, we
Just
have
follow
I
wherever
bet
the
there's
worm's
some
coming
in the
from.
worm.
Hmm?
There's probably some in the worm.
Oh, that's possible. So.
I
Just saying.
50-50, kind of.
But if the worm digs its way up to get these people, you just go down the thing it dug through.
Yeah,
and
always-
at
I mean,
the
isn't
end-
that the
Everyone
whole worm
knows.
writhings, though?
Everyone knows the
Yeah,
worms
dude, they're still
start at
writhing.
their eggs. Yeah.
These like purple worms or like water
Yes.
worms?
They're whole worms. They're
purple
Alaskan
worm.
Alaskan. I was trying to remember. I was like,
What's
Alaskan
Alaska?
something.
Alaskan bull. It's
I've
exactly.
heard of the water depot worm, but
Never winter bowling.
All right.
I'll ask you a question about that.
Yormek's gonna begin to sleep.
Okay. As you, it just decides. Okay.
sleep time.
God, it just bashes his head against it.
1.
Constitution.
Okay. Yeah, as you guys, lay down, rest up.
Nero takes watch.
No.
Uh,
I'm in a hut.
Ishara does float the, I don't know, not the idea, but is there something that we should do for the people here?
That's what I was trying to ask.
Yeah, I figured we would. I also figured that was a tomorrow thing.
We're gonna be gone by tomorrow.
Can we send? How many people can go through the teleportation?
They've been enslaved by
as
these
many as
beholders
can
for
get
how long? Do
through
you think
it
they're
in
going to
6
leave
seconds.
today?
They're already leaving. She said they're already getting up.
Can you cast it?
They were like roused from where they were. It wasn't like they were immediately like bolting for the exit. But
I got it. I'll keep them where they are. All right.
Well,
Ready?
well-
No. I'm gonna walk over the edge.
All right. I don't care what he's doing. I guess.
what do you
But-
do after you walk over to the edge?
I was thinking we maybe if Vera cast teleport or whatever teleportation circle, whatever you got for us, Vera. Maybe we can send as many as we can today. Somewhere not here.
Yeah.
This is a third beholder that was just dreamed up. Stay where
Just,
you are. if you want
just
to
start
live.
flooding the wombat quarters with Underdark refugees.
Womp.
I have to make
Yeah.
a DC 17 check
On the scroll?
to use the scroll.
Right.
Oh,
Scroll
hell
on this.
no.
Yeah,
Right.
these are just
Scroll.
these are,
Let's
No,
slow
I mean,
down
we
there.
can magic
Let's
circle
say-
them somewhere.
we're not. Do you have teleportation circle?
I can the next day.
Yeah, I got this. Stay where you are, or else you will be killed a horrible death by disintegration ray. Rah!
Pew pew pow pow.
I am gonna do that. I'm gonna keep them where they are.
Okay, you just like yelling, trying to do that.
I'm saying that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to convince them that I am a third beholder here to kill them if they leave their cells.
How effective is this?
Okay. I mean, it's like simultaneously performance, persuasion, and deception. It's all at the same
I
time.
am proficient in all three.
Do it.
Even performance?
Not performance.
Okay, I was like,
Gone.
well, all right. So if you're proficient, then it makes no difference. So roll a per dissuasion perspiration
a
check.
perception check.
Perspiration check.
Dude, he's so sweaty.
If you roll high, you push me a lot. Roll.
You have
That's,
you have inspiration.
What's your
Do I?
ability to
No,
prevent?
Brent
No,
has
wait.
it.
Oh, right. No, right. No, right.
That's a big one.
Really?
Yeah, it's a natural
Oh, it's a one?
It's
I
a
thought
one.
that looks so much like a 7.
I know.
Wow.
It's like, that's not-
Oh,
like-
This is
Also,
a
get you a
7.
condition where you don't sweat enough and you're clean
True,
instead.
true.
Oh yeah, it's so distinct.
That's a
Uh,
1.
Probably.
Yeah, you yell down in common to the place, and as far as you're aware, it sounded.
It's working.
Yeah.
It's doing.
All right, guys, don't worry. They're
So-
gonna be there tomorrow.
So I'm assuming if it was about as effective as it was, to my ears, it will also sound
A little
somewhat
silly.
ludicrous. Yeah, I was like, if it works, if he sells it, I'll let it go. So after that, I'll say, hey, I'll speak in my heavily accented undercommon, like, hey everyone, if you stay here, we'll help you. There's no third beholder. But we will help you if you stay. The other 2 beholders are dead, but if you run, there's worms out there. So don't trample each other on the way out. We'll help you tomorrow.
Give me a persuasion check.
The other 2 beholders, as in not the third one. We're so
That's
good.
not a
We're
natural
so
one.
Good at
Great
this.
that it's not a 1, because it's probably like a 14.
Wait, was I being charmed? Well, that
15.
15.
I was close.
Okay. Yeah, your argument sounds a tad more convincing than the slightly deceptive effort by Yorick.
my average is like tanked. I got 6, 11, 1 so far. We're
2020.
yeah.
Goon.
All right.
Roll them.
In that case, you all.
Do we want to prevent them from? I know you keep trying to advance this to the next day. Do we want to go down there and prevent them from leaving?
I think that whatever's going to happen is going to happen. We're going to let it go. If a bunch of emaciated guys think they can survive on their own in the tunnels, more power to them.
Look, we warned them. We told them that we would help them.
And we said we would eat them.
Earlier
if they left.
today, they were enslaved by 2 beholders, so I feel like their situation cannot get worse.
Literally, unless they leave the tunnel, in which case third beholder just gonna get them.
But I mean, in that case, they're dead. So
Potentially.
I don't know, man. Like, did you see some of them? Do not look happy.
How many of the slaves left while we were asleep?
99%.
There's 2 of them.
There's just one guy's like, sorry,
One
I couldn't
drow left.
I couldn't make the jump. So
Hey, I'm Frank. The rest of the guys they left, but I couldn't reach the next platform to get past the gap in the floor, so I'm still here.
Put him down.
Oh, it's a shame no one survived. That's a tough one. Can't save them all.
When are we going to ascend them tomorrow?
What?
Womp.
Yeah, are you kidding me?
What?
Womp.
100%.
I figured that would be the answer.
Well, it's either that or
Can we
send
not
them
actually send them
we
to
can send
Womp?
them to the Stoneheart or Emerald Enclave.
The
Which is
Emerald
The
Enclave.
Stoneheart Enclave.
That's in the warpath of like at least 3 demon lords, though. So we're really doing
No,
that.
it's actually not.
So from where you are, you know that. Well, so obviously that's relatively close to Blingden Stone. It's closer to Menzo Baronzon. There are a few drow amongst the slaves here, and then you know the people in Blingden Stone well enough to.
We should probably
Get the drow together and take anything that they have that's personally identifiable. Pass ourselves off.
Well, we should certainly make sure these drow are,
Maybe
they add up.
Maybe we should just kill the drow.
Maybe.
Probably.
Honestly.
Man, this
Are there any
took a turn.
Duragar?
Liberators, we should kill them.
Are there any Duragar?
If we send them to
There's some
Womp, they're
Duragar.
just going to be blind for it.
Don't worry,
So,
we're not separating you based on race or any non-good. There's no bad reasons for this. Don't worry.
Well, we should check where they're from, and if they're from Menzo Baronzon,
Then they die.
Yeah,
That's
not
fine.
based on race, just based on where they're from.
Yeah. Better.
I will ask the Duragar the same
Maybe
question.
just-
We'll ask the Duragar the
So
same
bad.
question.
Let's get them. Let's. All right.
Asking the Durga or what?
If they're also from Menzo Baronzon.
So wait, why are we gonna kill them if they're from Menzo Baronzon?
Because they're from Baronzon.
Not actually. Probably. Maybe.
We need
I
to
don't know.
make sure that these slaves don't become drow slaves. Is the ultimate.
We're sending them to Womp.
You know what? Maybe,
Why aren't we not sending them to Womp?
What are the odds we send them into?
Good.
How
So
many?
they're
A lot,
sending
a lot
people
of them
that
are
are
not from the
Underdark.
Underdark.
I mean,
Yeah.
they can't.
Well,
so there's
sorry.
no.
Most of them are from the Underdark.
I can.
Is there like
Some
a
of them
star,
are not.
How
is
many
there
are
star
there?
69 for teleportation
Uh,
circles? They're not going to know. You can't reverse
Until
dial your
they
teleport.
describe.
All in all, there's in the ballpark of like 100.
Until they describe. Oh
Or-
yeah, the little gnome lady that sent us
We'll
here.
disguise her. She's a beholder. They sent the third beholder teleport.
All I'm
them
saying
away.
is, also, do we really want to? Is in the Stoneheart Enclave like kind of a secret location?
Wait, you said 100 slaves?
I
mean,
You
not
can't
like-
teleport all of them.
A little bit,
several
yeah.
times, which I'm trying to
They
say.
probably don't want
Means I
100
could send some
some
to the
people
archive if that's
appearing
what I
there.
or could
I mean,
send them to
nowhere
Barney
really
if they're
wants
from-
that,
if
but
they're from
Everyone goes to Womp.
even the drow.
All of them.
And
they're
So-
mostly Underdark denizens, sending them all.
So
to
you guys all
topside.
gain the benefits of a long rest.
Let's go!
Slaves to the beholders, slaves to the topside. It's looking like that's what they're about to be.
What else?
Listen, I'm just trying to prevent this
else-
continuity. I'm trying to help these people's situation.
What else are they gonna do? What else are they gonna do? They're gonna either there could be slaves to Orcus, like we could send
So
them there.
okay, so
Well, then they'll be
what if
dead.
we ask them? We say, hey, we can send you to. We can leave you here. We can send you. Are we? So did we decide? Is the Stoneheart Enclave a secret location?
Kind of.
Ish.
It kind of is. You probably, if there are drow from Menzo
Think we
Baronzon,
Oh,
just
wait,
They,
right
they
now
would
we
at least
circle- we
appreciate
just
a heads
wrote
up.
Okay,
circle.
so sending.
yeah, I was thinking about doing ascending with
Yeah,
Laura
so-
the day before.
So we can
If she has any slots for it.
Uh,
I'll talk to Davra.
That'll help.
You do that. We'll try to solve the current problem in hand.
I don't think. I think
for us.
she almost certainly had a sending left over, but she doesn't know anybody from there.
But
Cass, here's
wait,
the stone.
so we didn't we?
we'll do.
Oh, we took
we'll
it out of the
play
third
stone.
level.
That's
right?
fine. We don't need the third level spell for anything.
Right,
anymore. We
yeah.
just whatever was in there. Cast. Then we fill it up with sending.
So you use it up. She takes the time, attunes to it, puts sending into it, so that you guys can reach out to
dial-up internet.
Orla or Jim Jar or
No, not Jim
Jar.
well, yeah, no, Jim
He
Jar
would
doesn't
be
make
there.
sense. It's either Orla or
Probably Orla.
Who is Orla?
Where's Jim Jar?
she had Stalagmite.
Yeah.
Oh.
Stalagmite.
Didn't we
No,
talk
it's
to like
Stalagmite.
people that were in charge of that city?
No, not the city. The Enclave is far
Oh,
away. From
yeah.
Lincoln, so it's like a day
So-
or
That's
two
right.
away.
Yeah.
So the two people that probably make the most sense for you guys to contact would either be Nomi Pathshutter or Orla Turfbender.
Nomi is the one that actually
Manny the man.
stays. Nomi stays at the
Yeah.
Enclave, right?
Know me the gnome man.
Yeah,
Nomi
she
the-
was the de facto person left in charge
Yeah.
because the actual leader of it was not there at the
How
time.
many people
Yeah.
cram into a 10-foot diameter circle?
Oh, really? Oh.
Doesn't it open a portal that we walk through?
I mean, the zombies
I think it's
followed
200
us.
inside
too.
on that.
Oh, we're good.
No, the zombies walked in. And
Oh yeah, last one round.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Precedent has been set.
And we can counter against our spell. No, we said
Yeah.
You can counter a
You can.
counterspell, and
Yep.
and yes, it opens and people can go through. That's how they sent everyone home from Vokodo's island in Critical Role.
Yeah, so we'll talk to we'll Ishara will add sending to the gem. I will take the gem and cast sending to Nomi,
Yeah.
saying it's the Underlight. We have refugees from Beholders. Need to send them somewhere safe. Can we send them to you? P.S. Yormik stinks.
nuts.
We did
Got
have
that
one more left.
25th word in there.
Not sure if that was 19 or 20, or if that was 20 or 25, but yeah, we got there.
After a moment, you hear Nomi's voice respond to you. If they are people in need, send them our way.
Okay. Just imagine getting a call from like a
And tell
coworker.
Yormik to take a bath, I guess? Question mark.
Nomi says you have to take a bath.
He
Never.
snaps his fingers.
Can't make me.
prestidigitation.
You can't make me.
You can create water, right?
I can.
Can we create food for these people?
I can
Yeah.
do that too.
Yeah, but can we create water so Yormik can take a bath?
So I'm just thinking because
I can create them food and water today.
We're about to send a whole ton of refugees to this place who are not prepared to handle
Intimidation
it.
today.
Why I'd rather not prepare that tomorrow.
Fair. How long is the food list?
Can't you ritual?
Not create food and water. Don't think so.
I thought you could ritual that.
I think it needs to be a ritual spell. Not a
One other thing that we
ritual
want to
cast.
do is it probably won't matter, but
Is not.
we should screen anyone we're sending. I mean, you have we have that through seeing gem, right?
Mm-hmm.
We could use that to sort of screen just to make sure no one's trying to pull the wool over our eyes and get out from underneath us. I doubt any of them are. But
That's a good idea.
Very good
Yeah.
idea.
I mean, it can only sustain up to 15 humanoids.
if there is somebody who's like actually Drow that's disguising themselves as Duergar, I want to talk to that person.
So we are.
That's a great point.
Ishara also suggests, since you guys don't have the capacity to take all of the money from the Beholder stash, you can like
Nope.
give everybody some silver.
Alright.
or something.
Oh, yeah.
Just be like, here,
Just
Good
push
luck.
it out.
Go-
and
go
just-
How many people are there? There's 100-ish.
There was about 100 when,
So we
when he looked around with
distribute
the arcane eye.
9,500 silver to them equally.
95 silver each.
It's not
Not
bad.
bad.
It's enough to
That's money. Get eaten by a worm.
a few meals, get some new clothes.
150 is
So
And I mean,
when you wake up
With
in the
that many
morning,
people, we can do the copper too.
There's
and
no cup.
how do you
He didn't say
descend
there
from
was
your
any
hiding place?
Like gods.
There was some copper. It's just
Oh,
it's
sure.
just a pile of relative to everything else mostly worthless metal.
Yeah.
I will take out my birth rope.
That's the weirdest name for a
It really
I've heard.
My birth rope.
Jesus.
Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's 50 feet of rope.
I was thinking vocal cord, but
Well, yeah.
That's what I originally thought of, and then I realized the way he said it. There's no way it's not his penis.
Okay.
Yeah, have you ever seen a helicopter
So how do you
inside
go-
a cave?
Everybody left. There's no one here for you anymore.
More silver for me. There
two-
was
well, two of
have
us-
fun getting eaten.
two of us can't helicopter down, so
Oh, that's brutal.
Unless.
Polymorph.
Yorvik repels down the side with the rope made of hemp, probably, that he was given upon entry.
Yeah. So you can find a way, or I guess Lionel could just hold the other end and that'd be fine. But can descend to the upper.
How many feet
Can
down
we
is
just get Featherfall?
that's what
It's
I
like
was-
it's like
that's what I was
40 feet away.
suggesting.
Can you
listen.
wait till he's all the way down
no,
Featherfall precipice?
No, listen. Lionel can hold the rope, and then he can just jump 40 feet down and land.
It recovers his feet.
Hey,
It's
Yeah.
40 feet. He
Sure.
fell.
Yeah, no, he'd be
500
fine.
He fell like
Well, he
five-
might break the bridge.
He would break the bridge.
No.
It's the top floor.
he's
There's
got
other
fabricate.
bridges.
He breaks the bridge and fabricate under his feet. Yeah, fine.
Oh my god! Jump down. I do it with like a prepared action to turn the bridge back into bridge after I smash it. Just like rebuild it around you, and it just catches up
I mean,
in the wind.
That's
realistically,
what
you could do that with
fighter
mending,
work,
right?
Oh my god!
Strongest cantrip in the game.
If it's in a robot falling 40 feet.
Okay. So
Prepared action. Anytime someone tries to destroy a wall.
So you get a
just
feather
mend
fall
it.
down.
The rest of us will,
There are
yes.
cracks
Okay.
at one point.
So you eventually descend from the treasure room back to the bridges. You find some of the now freed slaves still waiting.
did the draw leave?
No.
Of course I didn't. They're too smart for that.
So all of the
Hunt him.
all of the Orogs all of the Orogs left, accompanied by the goblins.
Oh, that's fine.
I mean, yeah, it's really fine.
So it's a hodgepodge of
Mildly
Zwerfneblin, Deep
Oh, it's a new
Gnomes,
game.
Drow, a few humans, and a few elves. It's a brand new day, and the sun is somewhere.
precisely up. Alright.
I'm going to.
Use the truce. Use the gem scene.
Yes.
That was weird.
I'm gonna ritual cast detect magic
Okay,
during this procedure.
sure. Are you attuned? So would you draw
Um,
attunement to attune to the?
No, I'm just
seeing?
gonna cast True Seeing on myself.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
I didn't know you could. I didn't know you could cast that in character. So I'm like, use the item, yeah.
Yeah, I'll pull out the gem and be like, okay, so this, because I haven't cast it yet. I'll be like, so this lets me cast True Seeing. And then I cast it. And I'm just like, oh, this works great.
I'm so glad I know this spell.
I
now.
did,
Oh, that's
interesting.
amazing.
I didn't know that magical items had semantic components.
Okay, so yeah, your true seeing goes off. As you said, I don't think there's anything like on you guys that would show up any differently. Looking at the humanoid slaves that have remained behind.
I would like to cast that while we're at it. I would cast it while we're up in the like beholder den that we were in, like just as we fall and sort of scan the area.
Okay. Yeah, make a perception check.
13.
13. You don't. Nothing catches your eye out of the ordinary about your party members or your immediate surroundings when you get down below. They're
Actually,
Be higher.
actually.
maybe.
Right now.
Every time.
There's not light in here by default.
Sure.
I don't know. I don't know exactly how the mechanics of that would work, so you would probably know better than me.
My shadow looks a little weird.
We
Sorry.
lost Nero.
Like how? Like, is it shaped different, or is it just...
It looks like something's hanging out in my shadow. The end.
Kill him.
Like, so is there like movement to your shadow that is not...
Nah, it looks like something's hiding in my shadow.
Okay, this is not getting better.
Is it 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional?
Looks like it's part of my shadow.
Is it being charmed?
I'm
Have a
going
goal.
to... What would I do if I cast True Seeing and saw something hanging out in your shadow?
You got the sun sword, right?
Not attuned, though. I'm going to try casting Vicious Mockery at whatever is in his shadow.
Okay.
Just gonna be like, what coward is hiding there?
Okay, what's the save for that?
Roll initiative. 17 wisdom.
This is how the campaign
This thing is
is.
so wise.
17.
There's no reaction.
And I'll just look at Brandon and be like, what are you doing?
I'm gonna like keep an eye on it for the next hour.
Okay.
I want to know if something happens. Does it seem to react differently when Ashara is around?
Not that you can tell. Not in any obvious way.
Okay.
So once you guys all get back onto the platforms and are approached by some of the remaining survivors, the first one to approach your group and actually speak to you is a female drow who looks like she...
We kill her?
So she's not dressed in any way like the priestesses. Her gear is a lot more functionally practical, I guess. Definitely sort of has the look of kind of an exploit. It'd be reasonable garb to wear if someone's like, hey, we need to go on an expedition in the Underdark. She speaks to you and says,
What language?
this would be in Undercommon.
Ha!
Um,
Do I speak?
No.
the Orogs and goblins departed not long after you slew our captor. We are forever grateful for what you've done. I am Hane Hallen. Hanne. Hallen.
Where are languages listed?
What was the last name?
Hallen, Hallen.
Ha. It is a pleasure to meet you.
She says, likewise. Your offer to help those of us that are, that we're still here, would be much obliged. I think a lot of folks here are very interested in getting back to their lives elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean, once we dealt with that third beholder, there really wasn't much of another decision to be made. We knew we had to help you get back on your feet.
We understand the difficulties of being trapped prisoner in the Underdark. So we should also should we contact Womp before? I'm assuming if there's like human refugees that need to go up top.
He would need to cast it twice. They can figure it out from London Stone.
Oh, if I want to send anyone to Waterdeep, I would have to cast a second Teleportation, which was what I was planning on doing anyway. Assuming that there's any, there's humans, right? So I assume they would prefer to go to Waterdeep.
Yeah, I would say we give them the option.
Yeah, we just ask them which one they want to go to.
Yeah.
All the draw are like Waterdeep.
And the invasion has begun.
Yep, let's go.
Oh, why did we pick this? It's so bright.
Ship it.
We should have brought that idiot sorcerer with us to blow this up.
I would have
They
done
all
it
pull
too.
up their hoods of night.
Yeah.
Waterdeep.
Kidding.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
The beholder were our
We
pets.
should definitely send a message to that someone that we saw.
Receptionist?
The receptionist.
We'll
yeah.
send a message.
Ishara, can you cast sending into the stone
She
that
doesn't
you're
need
still
to.
attuned
She's
to?
met that person.
Right. But she doesn't know her like I do.
Yeah, I guess you could. Yeah. Yes, she could
We're about to
put.
send a bunch of refugees your way.
She could put. Yeah. All right. So she casts sending into the stone and hands it off.
The receptionist, old receptionist. Sorry for the lots of people coming in a moment. They're for you. Good luck. I'll see you soon. Not dead.
Save the refugees. Or something.
Well, actually,
I think we're at.
no, he capped at not. See you soon, not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he said, receptionist, dear receptionist. I added those.
I must have missed something somewhere.
Yeah, nope. Do it. It's all good.
I can't
See you soon,
perfectly
not.
recall it now.
Did you say anything back, or is she good
when
to
I
go?
did it, it was see you soon, not.
I actually don't work there anymore.
Great, even better.
Wait, so you're free then?
Yeah. Cast it again, please.
Who is this?
Swipe left.
He didn't.
I don't want to do
He just said
this.
Why are you sending? You're sending people to where? What?
I just solemnly look down at the ground.
Well,
Didn't even
unfortunately-
remember me.
So,
Reception.
I'll say.
Look, that's her name, alright? First, middle, and last.
I'll tell the people that are going there. Look, so the guy who let them know you're coming sent a terrible message. So you might need to explain the situation,
Oh,
but
it's
it'll be fine.
Oh, I thought she was like Scottish.
Okay. Little receptionist.
Receptionist.
On the bunny bag.
Oh my god! All right,
We will
so
be together. You can't keep us apart.
so you send a follow-up message to the receptionist.
No, I'm just telling the people who are going to be going. I'm
Okay.
saying you're probably going to need to explain the situation. So.
Tell them Vera sent you.
I mean, at this point, I don't know. It was a guy in really like a guy in like black dragon armor, a big sword,
Right.
A little like Duragar, a blue gnome.
No, whatever. Don't mention me. I don't want to seem desperate.
They're
just tell the head wizard that the most powerful caster of magic.
Yes.
Sent
Say
me.
like the most powerful arcane person that he has no chance to ever stop. As long as he doesn't have much spell slots.
The increasing, the slowly or rapidly increasing disbelief from these people that we slew the two beholders.
I killed one of them myself.
I'm not affiliated with you.
Yeah, so
Are you guys friends? No. Yeah.
so most of the so the humans and the elves and some of the dwarves are gonna go to Waterdeep. The rest of the Underdark denizens and then the rest of the dwarves are more interested in the offer to be sent to Blingdenstone.
Sure.
So yeah, if you've got the material components, and go ahead and cast it.
For the material components.
Yeah, we're all
They
set
all
of
go
money.
to, they all go to Waterdeep. Never mind.
We also go to Waterdeep.
We also go to Waterdeep. Yeah. We got 20,000 gold to spend.
It's the portal's open for one round. 105 people go through it.
Yeah.
Everybody line up, line up. We have to do this all in 6 seconds.
This is your only shot at freedom. Line up orderly, no pushing.
Oh my god.
Behind us.
Yeah.
It's like Black Friday.
Yeah. Sorry, like if you.
Well, let's,
Someone gets cut in
Someone,
half. by the closing
yeah,
portal.
someone gets halfway in and
let's be honest.
leave their legs.
How big is the circle again? 10 feet?
10 foot diameter.
So if we have like 10 lines around it, people could easily stream into it really fast. It's open for how long?
6 seconds.
They could get in.
They just gotta
You
jump.
could definitely get.
Some
easy.
people can start. You can get a lot of the denizens were goblins and aurochs, so there's like less than 60.
that
They're
left to
all
go.
going to Waterdeep. Yeah,
So-
are you kidding? 100%.
I mean, we just earned how much gold?
We tell them some of them are going.
We'll be
The
fine.
problem is
We
getting
tell
them.
them.
Wait, how
We
much
tell
diamond
them
dust?
the ones who are going to
50
Waterdeep
gold per
will
cast.
go to the
Bling
Stone
and
Harbor.
Yeah. You screw it up. Yeah. Big prank.
What, one lizard?
We
Oh,
got
we're
this.
players.
It's a prank, bro.
So I have to cast it twice.
Remember
right?
that time we had like 6 lizards
Yes.
and left them by a canyon?
Yikes. Tough. We had horses down here for a little while.
Son of a gun.
What do you think happened to them?
Oh, they got eat. Yeah, everything that is not on the map is eat.
Yeah, my favorite part was buying 6 lizards and then 2 days later leaving them at a canyon edge and being like, great investment.
But realistically, like, if we're just like, that'd be what, 4 days of walking?
I could have put. If we could have spent 6 hours, I could have put Dimension Door in it, and then we could have had a
the
larger
lizard?
person hold on the gem. We didn't have the gem then.
I mean, the lizards have a climbing. You could have,
Could have waited.
descended the vertical like cliff face. just
You know,
going
if we
straight
told them
down.
all to jump, like half of them probably would have made it. I'm just saying, like we could have been.
Anyways.
All right. So the vast majority of the newly freed individuals will avail themselves of the offer of teleportation. The one, Hane, who introduced herself, she is going to venture out to try and meet up with the group that she got separated from before she.
Before she goes. Quick question: are you from Menzoberranzan?
Originally, yes.
What do you know about
Roll
a
initiative.
now exiled archwizard? I'm gonna say the wrong I'm gonna say the wrong name. Vizarin.
Vizarin.
Yeah.
Vizarin.
Wait, there's more than one?
Well, not now.
Wait, there's a family of them?
At some point.
Dude,
He was born?
It is weird. 'Cause eggs, like it's. This
Yeah,
whole thing.
he didn't just come into existence like
Uh,
He was
in a
dreamed
row?
up by another
Did
guy.
you know who Vizarin is Devere, I think.
So you know he's an archmage in the practical sense. Was never an archmage like in the city.
Oh.
And also, Vizarin is. You can tell that he's on the older side, even for a drow.
Okay.
And Hane is much younger. And she has not heard of a Vizarin Devere.
Sure.
Or even a House Devere.
That was gonna be the next question. Do you know any secret ways into Menzoberranzan?
Also, how long have you been in here?
Plenty.
Wait,
Plenty.
she doesn't speak common. I can't talk to her. Never mind.
Yeah, I mean, the Dark Hunters have a few different ways into the city that are a little more discreet for our line of work.
She might
Dark
have-
Hunters?
She might have been down here when Menzoberranzan was destroyed. She must have been
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we tell
When's-
her now or later?
How much of Menzoberranzan was there when you last saw it?
I mean, most of it. I think it was. They're rebuilding some of it after the demon attack, and they locked things
Oh.
down pretty tight. But gotta pay the bills.
Do you like
Mother-
Menzoberranzan?
Oh, what?
Do you like Menzoberranzan?
Don't know much about most other cities. I spend most of my time out here in the wilds.
Do you think she wants to help us?
No.
Okay. If you could
Sure, why not?
describe.
How do you feel about demon invasions?
Right. Yeah. That's what that's what I'm trying to figure out. If you could, if we were very driven tourists, and we'd really like to see Menzoberranzan from like where the locals see it.
What organization did you say you were a part of?
The Dark Hunters. My mother, Zora, leads the group.
Let's see. What do the Dark Hunters do?
Part of me was thinking that this conversation was going to end with you not like venturing to talk about this particular thing. The Dark Hunters literally they rob purple worm nests of eggs. I shit you not.
Let's go.
That's literally what it is.
Brilliant.
She is part of the Dark Hunters,
Thank
and they're
goodness.
literally drow explorers who sneak into purple worm nurseries and steal eggs to sell on the black market to mages who need purple worm eggs for spell components, which is not
Do you?
uncommon.
Are there other drow organizations that also steal angel feathers, demon lord blood, Garistro hearts, and Timasks sprouted from a footprint of Marilith or Baelor? Are those like the other hunters?
The dark gray, the light gray hunters, the
Very
The darkest
dark gray.
the beige hunters,
Almost white hunters.
Ultraviolet.
navy
hunters.
blue hunters.
Not violet, violent.
the violent hunters.
Ultraviolet.
Yes, no, there's a group for each of those specific.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
The
All
Dark
based on
Hunters.
non-colors.
The Dark Hunters is an organized group of people that does this.
Mhm.
It's membership open.
How would you feel about lending us a hand?
Or two.
Uh,
I can't speak to her.
sure.
Specifically to get a purple worm egg.
Or if you have any, like we would just take.
Or
it.
yeah, if you have one.
If you. Or
I
if friends have-
don't have any on me. I've been here for
I've had her down.
So
10 days now, like weeks now.
Vera,
Um,
leave her alone. Sorry, she gets kind of handsy.
She does.
So she's been here for like, somewhere in the vicinity of like 2 to 3 10 days. So
20 to 30 days.
definitely one of the newer people to this area. But she has been on a good number of expeditions, and actually her plan, not taking one of the teleportation circles, was to try and find her group, because that's why they were out here. I mean to venture to the north, because for some reason, even though I'm underground, that has meaning.
I see you also have a stone of direction.
Yes.
Is
All drow are born with them.
Which direction?
Instead of rope.
We don't get
because
new
they can
ropes.
levitate.
It's a cultural thing.
They can levitate, so
Yeah.
what would they need rope for?
Exactly.
Right, yeah. They only go down.
She
So,
starts
don't
levitating
stitch.
a place.
What was your question?
I mean, so Reed, we would. It's not like we. If you owed us a favor, we'd love to come with you, or not take. If you have a worm egg, we want it. Not
Well,
enough.
as I said before, I don't have any.
What are your friends though?
It's possible. So when the collapse happened, we were on our way out to one of the nurseries in the area. But as you can see, I didn't make it there myself.
Just have her lead us to one of the nurseries. Tell her.
Instructions how to find them and how to avoid getting caught.
Nero, that guy over there, he thinks you're cute and wants us to follow you to a nursery.
Make a persuasion check.
If you could persuade her
15.
that the glowering high elf.
You still got a helmet.
With his
on.
hand on his sword.
Why would I have my helmet on right now? In what
Because
world?
It's convenient
It's like
for my
super
persuasion
ready to
check.
kill her.
Yeah.
Okay. I can lead you to where one of our normal nurseries that we hit. We have a few of them that we rotate through depending on. They have new eggs in certain cycles, different nurseries on different schedules.
Sure.
So our best bet to find a egg that would be reasonable at this stage. That nursery is north of here. Also, most likely my best chance to find my mother and the rest of the group.
And we'd be happy to help you find your mother, but we do need a purple worm egg.
Like,
To save the world.
I'm confident that I could convince my mother to sell one to you rather than to the markets in Menzoberranzan.
Oh,
Sure.
we're very poor.
Let's see if we find.
Guys,
one
we
at
just
the
got
nursery.
No,
we
no,
just killed
shh. We're very poor.
guys. We just killed two beholders. I'm not too worried about literally any group of drow at this point.
Well, I mean, we just got their daughter back.
I'm not worried about the drow.
Seems like a pretty fair
I'm mostly
deal.
saying, let's see if we can get one at the nest, and then the alternative is to help her get back to the group and buy from them.
Ask her how much the eggs usually go for.
I'm just gonna ask in Elven how much the eggs usually go for.
And then
To get tired of translating Yormik.
on the less than legal markets in Menzoberranzan, these eggs can go for around 5,000 gold pieces.
Extortion.
Yeah, you can lead us to the nursery and we'll grab one.
Kill a worm if we have to.
Have you ever seen a worm nursery before?
No.
Nah. We've killed a purple worm before, though.
Yeah, and those two things.
Really?
I mean, did you...
Impressive.
We killed
To
two
the purple
beholders.
worm, not the beholders.
It's not impressive. It's not the purple
Yeah, it
worm
looks
was
like you had the whole situation handled, so alright. Yeah.
The two beholders, oh, whatever. Purple worm. Oh, now I'm impressed. Oh.
The purple worms don't just leave their eggs lying around on the ground. They cover them in a material that's almost resinous and hang them in a web of this resin material above the floor of a large cavern. And the way these caverns are specifically hollowed out, too much jostling of one of the strands between the clusters of eggs starts a reverberating noise that just echoes and is just an alarm bell for any of the worms to come back.
Or did it
egg.
So how do you get the egg still?
So I'm wearing my cloth.
Quietly.
So you can get the egg and give it to us.
It's not a one-person job.
There's 6 of us.
Sure.
I'm sure we can find ways.
We're gonna go hunt an egg instead of pay 5,000 for a free one.
Yeah.
Pay 5,000 for a free one.
Look, money is immaterial in the Underdark.
So we're going for it.
Yeah, I'm down.
Well, she needs to go there anyways, because that's where
Sure.
her group of peeps might be.
Oh yeah, win-win.
Just throw your Plofwees on. Attune to him for today.
okay.
Yeah.
I switched my boots and speed for the Plofwee.
Okay.
Whoa.
Well, so before we go,
What,
if we're
doubling my movement versus
okay, so
being
also
sneakier?
you cast the teleportation circle. You send 30 or so
Yep.
to Waterdeep. You send the remainder interested in going to near Blingden Stone.
Wow.
You send them that way, yeah. So at this point, it's the group of you and Hane that are all left.
Would I be able to read some Amon last night?
Yeah, you probably have time to do that.
Okay, I'm gonna go for that.
13. That's not 13.
It's not great. It's a 14 total, which I will figure out how that works again. I always forget.
So I think it's a.
So I can't cast Cone
That's
Soul,
right,
so
so it's
static. I don't necessarily. I guess we can. It's like
14 total. I don't. That might not even
Greater Restoration. That would
work
be
to
really
reset it.
sick.
I don't remember.
Don't say that.
A gazillion gold.
Yeah, I
No.
failed it.
Yeah.
By 1.
You scrub.
All right.
Listen, I'm just tired.
You had a long fucking day. That's fair.
You
That's
died.
very fair. You,
I'm
you
unconscious.
practically died.
I saved you.
I saved you.
Okay. So,
and then you saved me. So like we're
And some of our money. So you didn't have to greater restoration.
true.
You guys, head back out the same, or one of the spires to the north, and one of the caves just tunnels leads out of the spire in a northerly direction. After leaving the vast oblivion, Hane continues to tell you a bit about rustling up these worm eggs.
Big wrangling.
And you don't walk too long in the the more wild tunnels before she turns to Nero and says you're gonna need to leave that armor behind for this particular
Nah, it's even
endeavor.
Plofwee. Canceled out my disadvantage.
Sure, but you're not like silent.
Bruh.
Cast fly.
And actually no, never mind. Hers is like.
We got to leave Lino behind too then.
Yeah. Nero is.
Alright, I guess I'll wait here. You guys
Yeah,
go
it's
ahead.
fine. You hang out. Does Ishara have
Oh, there we
pass
go.
without a trace prepared?
Do the silence spell.
Stationary.
She did not prepare silence for today. But she does. No, she doesn't. I thought she did. No, that's Trickster, not Twilight.
All right, bye Nero. It's fun.
It is. Yeah,
What's
no,
your
it's
AC
perception
with all
checks to see you with the. So the
13.
Plofwees do nothing for you against purple worms because they're
Oh,
already blind.
forget about it.
It's
Okay, get rid
all
of that.
sound and tremor sense.
Forget
So the
it.
Plofwees don't help. Ishara has Boots of Elvenkind, which give you advantage, or let you step silently and give you advantage on
Good for her.
stealth checks to move quietly.
We could kill her. Put those on you. Just saying. It's 5-on-1 right now. And we're already clearly close.
I mean, my main problem is not the armor. It's leaving Lionel just sitting here in the middle of the caves alone.
We don't need her help. We can just use a wall force to cut through whatever this sticky stuff is and catch the egg before it's to the ground.
I don't think we can use one force to cut through things.
We'll find out.
How long does her hut, Ishara, how long does her hut last?
8 hours.
Can we leave Lionel in the
She
hut?
has to stay.
She has to stay?
Yeah, when she leaves, it stops being a hut, I believe.
Never mind.
I could leave them both.
So we
She could lend you her boots.
That doesn't
but-
solve the Lionel problem. Is the
Right,
big
no, that's what I'm
issue.
saying. But if she has to stay in the hut with Lionel, you leave the Lionel amulet with her, you take the boots of elfin kind and attune to them to be quieter.
I think cleric is better than robot in this case.
Yeah, but the cleric would stay with the robot.
I know that's what I'm saying. We leave the robot, but you don't want to leave him alone.
No, I think. Unless we have him fabricate, put him into a wall, and leave him.
Oh god, we lost him. I can't find where he's
Leave him
going.
behind
It's a really good
wall
stealthy wall.
in the cave.
Um,
I'm hesitant to leave.
We could polymorph
him
Lionel.
completely.
That would be concentration.
For an hour, though. We're just walking around. Well, we did,
Yeah, well,
once once we're fighting,
Yeah,
if
your
we'd rather
concentration
have him.
is needed elsewhere, then we probably need Lionel not as a.
Yeah,
small
but if we're
critter.
like walking, and we can try it.
How long does it last?
Wait, why aren't we all polymorphing into like?
Actually, probably just a minute.
Probably more than last a minute.
I'll
It's an
check.
hour.
Is it an hour?
I think it's an hour because they kicked that tortoise off into the distance.
Polymorph. Where are you? Up to an hour.
Just saying, we could all be birds.
Oh. How far away are we?
Dornton's very smart, though.
Also, he can only concentrate.
Also, it's in the Underdark.
In 5th level, you can cast on 2 bats.
Eyes like bats.
Bats.
That's like eyes.
Yeah, so I'll polymorph him into
And Nero.
what?
And Nero.
Well, I can just wear the boots.
No, because now Shar's coming with.
I can't polymorph
Oh, yeah.
two things.
If you upcast it, can't you?
I don't think it upcast for that. Nope,
No.
you can't.
I can always
That'd
cast
be
fly
dope.
and like Tensor's
So
floating disc.
cool. Make our whole party into giant
I
apes.
swore you could upcast polymorph.
The floating disc is a potential.
Oh, floating
Yeah.
disc! Yeah!
And then tie a shield behind it.
There we go.
Sign
So I'll just be sitting there with Lionel on this floating disc while you guys handle everything.
This is like, so the wake here is perfect for this, I'm telling you. Okay, yeah, no, why
That
are
works.
we
Let's
wasting...
disc it.
Yeah,
Let's disc it.
disc. Disc for both Lionel and Nero.
Yep.
so you're gonna cast 2 floating discs?
So he's gonna hold him.
How big is
Like a
this?
baby.
Lionel can hold
10 feet diameter.
Lionel can just sit on there.
Big enough
Wait,
for
the
it?
disc is 10 feet in diameter?
Yeah.
I thought it was
Huge.
5.
We just couldn't
Pretty
fit
sure it's
5
10.
people on there.
Yeah.
That was why we had the shield. Because we had the dead body of the dwarf girl. Dwarf girl. What was dwarf girl's name?
Eldu?
Eldith. We had Eldith's dead body encased in stone, I think.
No.
No.
But anyway, you can keep going.
We had the drow encased in stone.
Just continue.
Then we had you and
You're thinking
you.
of Star Wars. But
Tensor's floating disc is a 3 foot in diameter sphere, and that's why you couldn't fit everybody
So
on
Lionel's
it.
got great balance. That's the thing.
So okay, 3 foot.
So still
3 foot
polymorph.
I was gonna say that's already 3 foot diameter.
Still polymorph Lionel.
Polymorph Lionel and Nero rides the disc.
Yes. And
We're like 10 minutes away.
And then Squirrel Lionel just sits on his
Yeah.
shoulder
Yeah.
or something.
for
Yep.
sure.
Or,
What?
any small critter with dark vision.
Well, I mean, could 2 medium creatures realistically fit on there? I could make them into something somewhat useful.
Dude, the bat is so useful.
I could turn him into a bat.
Turn him into a bat. I mean, he can't talk to us already.
Turn him into a hawk or something. Bird of prey.
No,
No,
not
I
down
can't
here.
see them.
Yeah.
Bat.
Turn him into a cat.
What's his?
Not
what's
cast on dark
Lionel's?
vision.
What's Lionel's challenge?
Yes, they
rating?
do.
No.
What's
I've
Lionel's
decided
challenge?
they do.
Cats don't have dark vision, right?
No, they do not.
I read in Kevin's
It's
Book of Cats that they
ridiculous.
do.
No, they do not.
Somehow.
It is a crime.
No, in Kevin's Book of Cats, it says right there.
What is Lionel's challenge rating?
I don't know. Pull them up. I think it's like a half.
I think it's more than that.
It's 7.
7. Okay, so no T-Rex.
You also have never seen a T-Rex.
Well, Bryn might have.
Also, a
Bryn
T-Rex
has
doesn't
never
fit
seen a
on the
T-Rex.
disc.
We have.
He turned him into something bigger. Cool, is this good?
What was the point of all this again?
To get
Turn
a
him into an
T-Rex.
elephant.
Turn him into a giraffe so that he can like reach up and gnaw at the little resinous
Yeah.
things.
So
to
we
bring
polymorph
eggs
him
to
into
him.
an elf. So that you can talk to us.
Must be a beast.
Dang it. Well,
Oh, he's a beast.
Yeah, there's only one elf that's a beast.
yeah.
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Okay, so he actually polymorphing him into?
Just a bat.
Okay, it's fine.
Wait, yeah, no
So
bad.
so
Crow.
like you get bat intelligence when you turn into an animal.
You're just gonna hold him. Put him in the bag of
Put him
holding.
in a little leash.
I'll put him
Don't do that.
Well, he's got 10 minutes of oxygen in there. You just pull it out every 10 minutes, shove it back
There's
in.
no way a bat uses as much
Lionel
oxygen as a
doesn't
medium
need, Lionel
creature.
doesn't need to breathe. So then when he turns back into Lionel, he'll just be in the bag.
And then how do we get him out?
Polymorph again.
You just turn it upside down. This is fine. This is genius. No, this is good. You didn't need to breathe. You just flip the bag inside out when we need him.
You're just gonna like give your delightful robot a real big existential crisis.
He's fine.
I was just floating in a void for an indeterminate amount
He
of
doesn't have
time.
consciousness, does he?
He's fine.
You don't know.
He takes
I don't
orders.
know.
Yeah.
If he does, then
He
that's
takes orders, so he
This
can't be
is-
conscious.
This is genius.
Whoa.
We shove the bat in there, and you tell Lionel first, say, don't make any attempt to get out of this space. So that he doesn't resist the bag, and he just stays.
Yeah, but like, does it? When you turn it upside down to something that big, really still
Everything
come out?
comes out of it.
How?
That's how it works.
Okay.
I
It
think
might
if something
break the
in,
bag.
I was gonna say I think if something in the bag would like cause it to exceed the appropriate volume, it's
Just
supposed
after an hour, just like sneaking through the worm riders.
We have brought an offering for you, O great Demogorgon.
All right, just a little more. We almost got it. Just everything in the bag comes back.
Either way, he's got
The
be
eyes
amazing.
splat on the
he's
wall.
got 10 minutes of oxygen before he has to
Lionel just comes out like
Alright,
sitting,
enough
just
of
like.
this
in and out every 10
Enough of
minutes.
this crap.
Oh, I was waiting for Stefan to get
I'll
back
just-
before we had to
I'll
be
just
serious.
tie off.
Tie off the bat.
Oh man.
Could turn him into a moth. Put him in a jar.
I could probably just literally like flick this
Spider.
bat,
Yeah. Oh,
and he'll
that's
turn
dead.
back into line.
We've got a jar, right?
I'm just gonna hold the bat.
Okay,
We have a cardboard box somewhere you poke some holes in the top.
put him in the invisible box.
Yes.
Sneaky bat.
Sneaky automata.
I choose you. And you just look like you throw nothing, but there's just like a 1 HP little bug in there.
Yeah, there's
that
like a
hits and
caterpillar.
tumbles, and the little bug gets a concussion and loses its 1 HP and turns into a giant robot.
I mean, in that case, make it a clam or something.
Yeah.
Something disc or like circular shaped.
Magic.
I love it.
All right, so Lionel's
Science.
Lionel's a bat.
Okay.
Who's in the box, which is in.
Oh,
the
there's a
bag folder.
cave badger.
Cave badger.
Yes.
Oh. Can cave
Yes.
badger I could hold cave badger for
Cave
days,
badger.
dude.
Wait, is there anything that moves silently?
Can
Do
we-
the lizards move silently?
No.
Okay. Cave badger it is.
Burrow.
Cave.
And
badger.
tremor sense?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm making him a cave badger.
And I'll hold the
They
cave
come
badger.
from out of the abyss, so I assume I've seen one.
Sure. I'll buy it. I don't think we've ever encountered those, but sure.
One pops out of
Well,
the.
you didn't mention it, but do you
That's
mention everything we
Just a
see?
common cave badger.
Literally
Cave
everything.
badger, badger, badger.
Badger.
Look, man, we went fishing for 20 days. It took up a whole session. I tell you everything you see.
All right, cave badger.
That is why we
holding
don't do
cave
fishing
There's
badger.
also a
sessions
cave
anymore.
bear. Just
And
throwing
then
that.
Vera's gonna cast Tensor's floating
did see
disc,
those.
right, Vera?
Yeah,
Right.
Yep. So you're on the disc, and Lionel's the badger,
and I'm holding a badger.
and I'm walking still.
Okay. Yeah.
And
So,
I'll just be like, does this work?
it just says for now, but if you move around in that armor in any of the egg chambers, the echo chambers are going to make some awful noise.
Yeah, I'll take the armor off.
Okay.
Ooh. Whatever. Simp. Whatever.
Okay. And even Ishara goes ahead and removes her mithril armor that she wears for the sake of being quiet. Yeah, she has mithril half plate, and she also
13.
doffs that.
To be fair, I don't think anything.
As you say, you don't wear armor, Veer doesn't wear
actually
armor.
14.
Bryn,
because
you
of cloak
wear
of
studded
protection.
leather, right?
Yep.
Anything that's gonna hit you at 14.
It was
is also
regular
gonna hit
leather
you
until I
at
put it on.
Okay.
If we fight a worm,
It has been
you're
studded.
hit.
Yeah, I know. No, I'll just spend however long it takes putting my armor on, don't worry.
Just
Okay.
carrying it. Just in your arms. I'm not leaving it.
I'm not wearing it.
Ooh, that's the kind of enhancement you need to make to your armor. Make it like quick dawnable,
Yeah.
like Iron Man style. You
Yeah,
just-
that'd be sweet.
So we don't need the disc, but we still need Lionel polymorphed into a badger,
Yep.
do
Lionel's gonna be a cave badger.
so that we can carry him and he won't make noise in the cave. And he has tremor sense now.
All right,
Really
let's
helpful
just-
when he's
let's
not
just
touching
go.
the ground.
Right. Well, we'll just like
We
walk
can
him.
set him down. You know.
You know how you walk a cat on the ground? Like you just like keep holding him up. and just-
Fabricate a leash.
Look, let me have nice things.
Okay. I'm sitting on your disc without armor on.
Oh, you are using the disc.
Why do we need
Wait,
the
why do we
disc?
need a
I mean, it's
disc
a
now? I'm not
ritual
wearing my
spell.
armor.
That's what I was saying. Yeah. all we
Screw
need
it. Screw the disc. I don't need it. We needed it for the armor.
Okay.
The balls is that for?
Yeah.
So now I just have nice clothes on. Diss me.
It's the first time I've seen him without armor in like 2 months. It's crazy.
Does he shower with it? Did it take,
Well, it's
take a
not
bath?
shower.
What, you think I take baths with him?
Yeah.
You think he's not there when you take baths?
That's true.
I do have
You
invisibility.
think Yomik knows what a bath is?
Nir just walks into a
That's why he's
deep
so
pool
interested in
his
the.
armor, lets it fill up, moves around a little bit, and then just walks out. And lets the
Like
light drain.
droids in the Star Wars universe.
All right, I'm cleaning. Let's
Oh,
go.
my joints have so needed this.
All right.
Well,
let's-
shut me down.
Let's kill a worm, right?
All right.
What do you
Let's
mean?
not.
Why not?
Let's try not
Let's
to.
kill a worm if we have to.
How many worms could possibly be around here?
You know,
At least 10.
Let's see. Let's roll a d12. And add 5.
Yeah.
if you insist.
Minimum.
Out of the box.
That's
Nine?
9 per worm.
No,
We
it's
just
more.
killed-
Reroll. It's out of the box. Yep.
16.
Yeah, 16 per worms, guys.
Yeah,
You
don't-
think it's a D12.
Let's
Okay.
roll this one, so we just roll it. Okay.
So,
Remember the mechanics of fighting those oozes?
Infinite worms.
Just infinite worms. 3 appear per round.
oh god.
I mean,
We have that scroll of teleport, though, so we can just get out of here.
Stroll of
I
teleport?
just have to roll above
yeah.
a.
12.
Yeah, you just get a casual walk.
Yeah.
And then in 5 minutes, you appear somewhere else. You just roll a teleport.
All I know is I'm saving to disintegrate for those worms.
Yep. All right. We are prepared.
Magic for the mundane.
A brisk walk.
We are prepared. Hold on.
All right. So you travel for a while. You will need to recast the polymorph on Lionel at least once before you get close enough to the worm nursery.
That's fine.
That's rude, troll. That's pretty unfair.
Thanks.
How dare he?
Imagine going through all my 4th level spells before combat.
You don't need those.
Ask Stefan about
like
it. He
yesterday.
teleported much.
It's just 2 of the 3, right?
Oh.
Yesterday I did all the fabricates.
All right.
Or not fabricates.
It's alright, I'm down both.
Death wards.
I'm down both my 5th level spells from Teleportation.
There you go.
So that's
Well, we're not fighting.
Who long rests
That's also my
anymore?
wall.
We're not fighting.
Was Wall Force still in that gem?
Nope. Yes. No, it is in the gem.
I can't cast it today, so
Good call. Good
We have
call.
Wall of Force and then something else.
There.
Wall of
No,
fives.
so it.
Wait,
So
no,
they're
we
sending
took
in the
Wall
all
of
3,
Force- we took-
fabricate in the 4, and then the 5th has greater restoration, which we can't overwrite. We're rich now. It doesn't matter.
I mean, we took a short rest today. I could get my full spell slot back.
We're not short resting. We can't. Absolutely can't.
Otherwise, I have to put my 6th level spell slot to put Wall of Force back in this gem.
You have to
I don't
do
think that's
two.
worth it right now. I
Yeah.
think that's
All right.
not important.
It's gonna go around it.
Well, because
It's got a big
you're the
one.
only one that can cast it anyway. So if
So just cast it.
yeah,
Can't. My spell slots for it.
but you just
just
said
said
you
you
can
can
burn your
upcast.
6th level.
Well, yeah, but that's also disintegrate, which is equal.
But you're blowing it either way.
Well, then
Yeah.
it's irrelevant whether we put. We're not gonna rest at this point before going into
No,
the
you're right.
worm place. Is kind of the.
So I think
Oh, but when you short rest, I can recover 6.
you were gonna put synaptic static in it.
Right. I was gonna put that. We talked about doing that last night.
Yeah. So sorry. Last night we would put synaptic static in the 5th level spell gem, and I will take it.
Okay.
Hopefully they have intelligence higher than 2.
Yeah, well, it's what it is.
Magic commune.
Nero puts a sword into the.
I put a divine smite into the spell gem.
It'll be pretty hype. If there ever is a day you could just bank a 3rd level divine smite into
I
it,
don't think so.
why not?
Because it's not
Because
a
you
spell
don't
that
cast
you can.
Divine Smite.
I
no way.
could cast
A Smite.
blinding smite into it,
Or
or Caliduran.
Endurance Smite.
We're
just gonna
good.
upcast.
We're gonna blow this worm's mind.
Okay,
Literally,
you blow its mind, pal.
we're gonna do it.
All right. So, you travel effectively just several miles away from
Oh, I didn't. Want
the vast oblivion before, Hane's, not tone, her demeanor shifts slightly as you get closer to the worm nursery. And so at some point, she sort of, so any other stuff you guys do to make yourselves quieter, you have ample time to do that before getting here.
Does the Puafui help, or beside it doesn't?
It
The
does.
Puafui does nothing because they're purely sound and tremor sense. They have blind sight.
I thought it might give bonuses to stealth. So.
It does, but only for vision based, like perception checks against seeing you,
Gotcha.
which just aren't going to matter here.
Because they're blind.
She does say that if if a worm does show up or something, so they rely on tremor sense to observe you. So freeze frame is not a bad idea if it comes to that. So she gets to a point and drops down off of us, not a big cliff, a very, it's a short, like a 12-foot drop, so a little long for Vera, but everybody else can do it without too much trouble. But basically,
I actually will have a use for this fucking thing.
what?
One of my racials is to construct a tiny clockwork device, like a little toy, that can wind up and let it run around. I could use this as a distraction.
Yes.
I
Go
love
chase
it.
this.
I
Go chase
love it. That's phenomenal. Okay, so you guys drop down into this little cluster of cavern over here.
Great.
And this short tunnel opens up into a larger cave that,
Nothing.
so she's moving very slowly at this point. Lionel's still in badger mode. You're good on that for like another half hour or so.
Cool.
And so she very slowly starts traversing this short stretch of tunnel. Need everyone to make stealth checks.
This could go great.
Oh my gosh.
I am Mr. Stealthy.
Dispel-
17.
Dispel
I am
your
Mr.
own
Stealthy.
character with dispelled dice.
Ooh.
A 6.
I'm so glad that's cocked.
I'm actually gonna use the inspiration on that.
Okay.
I got a 14.
How much does a badger have?
With that cocked out right there.
That is a miracle.
That was a natural
We
one.
are
It is like propped up just a
I'm not-
little
I'm not-
bit.
You know what?
Wow.
I'm not gonna use that one.
we are done.
But
Oh,
Did anyone roll over a 10?
11.
No.
Hane and Ashara. Ashara got a 17.
What's a
Hane got a
badger's
15.
dex?
I'm 14.
Oh wait, I'm
total.
holding
No, I'm
it,
a 10.
so
Yeah.
I lied.
no stealth for badger.
So
What were the other
10,
numbers?
14.
6.
12.
Should just wore the damn armor.
Should have.
What did you get?
10.
Wait, 10, 14, 6,
12.
12.
But I'm trying really hard.
Uh,
Does that count
That's
for?
scar.
How many points does that count for?
Tons.
Okay, good.
You want us to erase this battle map now, or you want to wait till later?
No, we'll just
We-
these
we-
are
we
these
can
are
wait.
tunnels now.
Oh, I see. You come along similarly.
Okay. So you creep around this few small caverns until there's a more distinct tunnel that was clearly, given the larger chamber that it connects to, looks like it was pretty intentionally carved this way. And you emerge from that first small little twist of cave and find yourselves in a much larger chamber of this cave system. Here you see for the first time the egg clusters suspended. The closest ones are like 50 feet above the ground, and the resinous material that sort of interlaces between all of them, you kind of think spider webs, except it's like 2 feet thick, and these eggs are like encased inside this resin material. Prior to getting to this point, Hane would also give you a heads up that in here, speaking in a normal voice, or if you had still had your armor on, that's going to start the reverberating. The egg nurseries are constructed in such a way that it's very intentional.
So would she have told us that before we went in?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's prior to this point.
Can I cast various telepathic bond as a ritual action before we go down there?
Oh hell yeah, yeah.
And then I'm gonna
It's.
I'm gonna ask her if Fabricate would be able
How long
to
is it left?
get these eggs without setting it off.
What would you construct? I guess.
That is useful right now. So.
Or just sort of take it from being a web into being sort of a dome around the egg.
Stealthy. Yeah, pretty much.
Only takes 10 minutes to ritual cast it.
10 minutes and 6 seconds.
Fabricate. The spell's kind
Wait, shit, can't use telepathic bond.
What?
Wait, do you have intelligence over 2?
Yes.
Oh, we're good then.
Well, 5 of us can talk.
He
My
can listen,
intelligence
he can't
is
read.
exactly +0. All right.
He just can't read.
I can
But he
read. I
can't.
went to school for rocks. All right.
He demands in his head.
I went to school. I went to the school of rocks. All right.
I hear you trying to talk to Yormik,
Is
but
Jack Black there?
just nothing. I don't hear anything in response.
Jack Obsidian was our teacher.
So
Yeah.
one more time. What would you be thinking of trying to do with
I
Fabricate?
would try to construct it from being this kind of web encasing the egg, just sort of a dome, like taking all that and sort of shaping a dome around it that would still be connected to the rest of the web, but not to the egg.
So you could probably do.
Or if that,
How would you be looking to get the egg out of it at that point? I
I
guess.
will intimidate the egg into that.
I was just gonna let it fall.
I'll light the web on fire.
I mean, it's 50 feet above the ground.
Well, so we could find a way to catch it.
We've got a blanket, probably. We could weave one. Out of the
How closely knit are these things?
What do you mean? Like, how closely are?
So there's a bunch of whatever, I'll call it mucus, web. How closely knit is the web? Could somebody flying go through without touching the web?
So it's not like there's tons of web. It's not like the.
Yeah.
But you
yeah, I got
It's
you.
not like where you couldn't get through it.
Yeah.
It's a lot less densely webbed than that.
So there's plenty of
But
space.
instead of a whole bunch of webs making it really hard to traverse,
Yeah.
it's literally like, cool, this like 2 foot thick diameter like spire of this resin material goes up and just encases a big cluster of these eggs.
Yeah. So somebody flying
So
could be
someone
waiting
could-
under it.
Someone could fly up, then I would fabricate it
How big is the egg?
kind of out.
I don't
The eggs are fairly large.
I think it's a big egg. We could get Lionel to fly and have him catch it, though.
Lionel's a badger.
Lionel is
But-
weaker than me.
Nero
Each
can
egg
fly.
is 3 feet in diameter.
As tall as I am. 3 feet, same
Silk-
size as the tensor slowing disc. Yeah, which is a flat surface. It's fine. Just balance,
Ooh,
don't screw
actually,
it up.
could I? Let me double check.
Fabricate the resin into a... Yeah.
Into like a nest.
Is the resin flammable? If it has resistance to
So-
fire, I do ignore it.
So the range is 120 feet, and it doesn't say. Yeah, so I find raw material within range, and then I can fabricate an object. I would have think that the fabricated object can appear within range. So then could I fabricate it from there to just like a nest sort of down here?
Can she tell us how they usually get it out?
Nope. We have to like bond up, so we can just ask her.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
It's a trade secret, though.
Do they cut it out? They have to get it out somehow. That seems very not stealthy.
We have magic, though. She's just a...
Why? That's what I'm saying. If they can cut it out, then it must not be that sensitive.
True.
They do cut them out.
Okay.
It's a slow going process, but usually they'll get people to traverse the resin strands.
Yeah.
Very
Sneaky.
sneaky like, and it takes several minutes to get it out, but they use sharp implements to remove them. The shells themselves are tough, but at the same time they're still eggs and therefore they are fragile.
Do we see her group here?
Not immediately, but not in this chamber currently.
Okay.
Yeah. So that would be my plan, and then I would ask her like if I would do that. Does she think that would set off any reverberations? But if they cut them, I would assume that that's safe.
They cut them really slow, though. I imagine the fabricate goes whoosh.
Yeah, no, I think that would work.
Cool.
Free eggs. These are 5K a piece.
If they were smaller, I would grab more.
They fit in the bag.
Well, okay, so
3 foot
the
diameter? Yeah,
Oh, is it 3 foot diameter?
pretty sure.
It's a big bag. Big bag.
trying to just like mentally figure out what type of stuff this is. It's
Yeah.
literally, it is purple worm saliva that hardens into this resin shit.
It's like beeswax, just harder. Or honey. Hard honey.
Eat some.
Yum.
I mean,
You mean
not.
for like for how much can I
Came out of their
fabricate?
mouth, how bad could it be?
Didn't stay in for a reason.
Yeah, so basically there's only 2 spires of this resin stuff that start at ground level and go up. If your dome sort of like separates from some of the other connections, it could risk destabilizing some of it. That said, yeah, I mean, I think you can. I think you can do what you want to do. In order to not, you probably wouldn't be able to free up like all of the eggs in a cluster.
Yeah.
If you're trying to like preserve the connections to the rest of the.
Yeah, I'm fine just getting the one
Resin.
egg. If there's like, a second egg that's like prime hunting there, maybe, but like I would just go after one egg. Like I definitely prioritizing leaving the structure intact than like being greedy and getting a second egg.
It's like we have
Okay.
to cut those down by hand. And we risk our lives every time. Could've just-
I'm just like,
Fabricate's like a 10-minute, 1-minute cast?
yeah, but it's in this spell gem.
Oh, he's
And if we're like,
Is it in the Lionel spell gem or in?
oh, how does that work?
He is a badger.
He's a badger. That's fine. I'll just cast it.
Okay.
It'll take 10 minutes, but
Are we using the disc to transport it afterwards or no?
We're just carrying it.
Okay.
It's big, but Nero's a big boy.
Yeah.
well, apparently it can fit in the bag.
No, it can't.
No,
I was
okay.
wrong. It's 2 feet. We could stretch it.
Just set it on top of the bag opening.
We have a.
Okay, so you're
Creature
gonna.
polymorph.
So Bryn, you're going to traverse and get up to one of the clusters and start casting.
It's 120-foot range.
Interesting.
It actually can't do what you wanted it to do.
JK.
Magic.
Okay, give me an Arcana check, please.
This can only go well.
So how exactly are you getting the egg to us?
Well, you were flying up there, right?
Okay, well,
Yes.
I'm flying up there.
I'm casting a spell.
That's what I wanted to verify.
I will hold the badger.
Oh, D&D adventures.
I will hold the badger.
All right, you fly up. I'll sing to the egg so it falls. You hold the badger. Let's go, team.
But sing really quietly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All of my spells create sound. So we're just gonna hold the badger.
Woo! Natural. 20.
Let's go.
Natural 20. Okay.
Doesn't
Yeah.
count
So
for this.
you. Are there verbal components to your spell?
There are.
There are. Okay. So you have no problem manipulating this resin in the way that you are looking to do.
Not the ground anymore.
In order to not compromise the structure and its connectedness between like the ground and the next 2 up that it connects to.
Do you have a
Four
picture
of the eggs are still what?
Do you have like a picture of what it looks like?
It is like this little. I'll like not give away the rest of the.
You don't have to show it. I just saw you like looking down, and I'm like,
Saw
if you had a picture of
Big
it.
old purple worm sitting over there.
That's just a problem.
I mean, there's a froghemoth there too. Okay.
So there's yeah.
Oh,
This little like.
Sure.
okay.
Look,
over,
camera, look.
What's over there?
Cool.
Froghemoth. Zooktomoy.
Yep,
Zombie
definitely.
holder.
Zombie.
Easy.
Toy is like.
It's got to be one of them, right? Could just be a bunch of spell effects for all we know.
Spiritual weapons come out of nowhere.
But yeah, the first cluster that is like the first cluster that's the closest one to the ground is like 45 feet up, and you have no problem manipulating the resin in the manner that you want, and maintaining the connections to the rest of it.
I just realized this could have actually just been a 6th grade science experiment as I try to fabricate the resin into a structure to keep the egg safe as it drops 50 feet. I'm sorry, go on.
Amazing. So, in order to maintain the structure, the position of some of the eggs in the cluster, they're still in part of the resin sphere. 4 of them are still stuck. 3 of them could be extracted. That are in the bowl, the partial bowl with an opening that you have turned this resin into. But it's also a minute-long casting time, and there's a verbal component. So let me.
As he begins to start talking, I start to get nervous, and I cast Fly on myself and Nero.
Okay. Is there also verbal components for that?
Yes.
Well, I will say, if as I start casting this, if it's like, Hane like has done this, has been here and has some expertise here. I assume if I start talking, and it is like louder than is safe, that she would just be like, "Yo, I'll just climb up there."
Yeah. So you do get a small amount of the reverberating effect. It's not a lot. It's enough that you notice it a little bit, and while you're casting it, it makes you a little nervous. But Hane doesn't gesture or speak to you in your mind to halt your spell.
So, I mean, they have to climb up it. So, like,
Yeah.
probably some degree of reverberation.
Right. Like, it's not going to be perfect.
There's like a threshold, like similarly to like when wind blows a spider's web, a spider doesn't just go ham.
Right.
Try to eat the wind.
And at the same time, too, you could also have just telepathically been like, or wait, are you just casting Fly on yourself, or are you doing it on other people too?
Me and Nero. I'm not casting a level.
Okay, I was just gonna say you could be like, hey, let's go not stand in this chamber, and just like cast it just outside to not have any risk of that reverberation.
Yeah, too.
We would do that.
Cool. So, at the end of a minute, no change aside from the structure of the resin. You can't see it like immediately because you're it's 45 feet up there. But yeah, you see your resin bowl, and the rest of the structure is perfectly intact and unmoving. And after a few seconds, the little bit of reverberation that was happening starts to die down and dissipate.
Nice.
So one other thing that I would do while he's casting the spell is put my little toy down on the ground, just very gently, about 90 feet away from where Bryn is.
Cool.
Deeper into the room.
Okay. Yeah. No, you have no you'd be able to basically fly across, set it down gently, fly back across.
I can Mage Hand turn on if I need to.
Gotcha.
Tensor's disc, is that concentration?
Nope.
Can we? So we had talked about also, as far as transporting the egg, making like a nest of the resin on the disc, like out of the, so I'm fabricating some of the resin out, right? Can I make that into sort of a pocket on the disc to then set the egg into, as a way of safe traveling, more safely traveling it back?
I don't know volumetrically how this would work. I didn't imagine there being a bunch of surplus of material from this.
I'm just thinking like a, even like a donut that you can kind of set it on just to stabilize it
So
on this.
basically, it keeps something from rolling off.
Yeah,
right?
just so it doesn't roll off the disc.
It doesn't have to be out of the resin necessarily, right?
Well, I'm fabricating out of the resin.
Oh, currently, anyways. Gotcha.
So if not, we can build something else. I was just thinking
Use
that.
the sun.
Gotcha. I mean, realistically, you could literally take your rope and like put it on there coiled
Yeah.
to keep it from rolling off.
Yeah, that's fine. I just thought it was
use bedrolls and blankets.
since I was like I was fabricating the resin anyway. The resin was keeping the egg anyway. I was like, can just use that.
Gotcha. Okay, so
So I'm
yes,
getting
you've placed your
one or
toy.
multiple?
You have fabricated the dome. The floating disc is ready with the rope coiled on it. You fly up and go.
And
grab
in my
it.
head,
we
I'll
can
say
put-
we can put one on the disc, and I can carry one. If
But you're
we
also
want more than
carrying
one.
Badger Lionel.
No, Yormik is carrying Badger.
Gormick is carrying Badger Lionel.
Yeah, if you want to carry one, and then I can Hane, can you carry one? I guess I can carry one, maybe.
For a short while at least.
What about Ishara?
Big.
I mean, like they could take turns. Not
Okay.
ideal.
Okay.
But sure.
Yeah, I mean, if it's what, like 5,000? It's a potential 5,000 gold. Seems might as well.
Foolish to not take it.
Okay. So we'll definitely have to sell it at a discount
We'll sell
to
it
the
to-
draw,
we'll
so
sell
they
it
can
to
sell
her.
for an upcharge.
Yeah.
But
Premium.
so I guess I'll grab the first one, and if there's no hitch, then I'll just grab all of them, but like one at a time.
Okay.
But
Yeah, you fly up, grab the first one delicately, fly back down. They're like big and bulky enough that your flying speed is a little slower while carrying it, but not a huge deal. When you get up for the second one, you all roll around a perception checks for me.
I'm sure it's fine.
perceiving
Hey, 17.
natural 20 plus 4, 24.
I think that'll do it. Mr. Can't see, but hears things well.
Oh, do I need to reroll?
No. You're is auditory based.
Okay.
But you
bonus.
you start to hear just like the slightest rumble, and like it catches you first because you're further up in this chamber where all these reverberations happen. It's very subtle, but the nature of this chamber makes it a little more noticeable. And very, very soon after, the rest of you notice as well.
This is
It's
when
still
he's
it's
grabbing
still
the
dull.
second one.
It's like as he's getting back up to your resin bowl to grab the second one. He hasn't touched anything yet. He's in midair. And you just hear a rumbling.
Yeah.
Grab the
It,
second one.
it doesn't
Yeah.
sound exactly like it's not super loud yet. It doesn't sound like the reverberations from when you were doing your spell, but some
I'll
dull
grab the second
rumbling.
one.
Okay.
Okay, you grab the second one, fly back down.
I think we're out.
Without that.
All right.
Nothing
One
wrong
of
with
your
nothing wrong with
children
two
survives
for
today.
more eggs.
There's like 40 more of them. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll come back. What's the warm sleeve?
Does Hane? I mean,
gold.
does Hane? What does Hane think about these rumblings?
She is basically just pressed up against one of the walls in here and just isn't moving. It's just observing what you guys are doing.
She telepathically got any
I
suggestions?
think we go. I think she's.
Think we should leave?
Yeah, I can go.
The spell may have woken them. It could just be a coincidence. It's your call.
She seems real casual about this. I think we go. I think
Yeah.
we
Much money.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
True to form.
5,000 platinum.
We've got
5,000 platinum.
550.
5,000 platinum.
But
Just sitting there.
whatever, dude. The extra egg is worth 5 casts of greater restoration. No, 5
50 casts of greater
50
restoration.
casts.
10 revivifies.
10 revivifies.
If we need 10 revivifies, the demons deserve
We already
it.
have 10 revivifies.
Just action kind of revivify.
Stop!
Bonus action, quicken, firebolt. I die.
Quicken
Revivify.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
We'll leave.
Firebolt
We'll
her
fly
around
over.
the world.
Pick up my toy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you guys going? How are you leaving?
Backtracking.
Yeah. Going back the way we came, unless Hane
Is there
thinks we
more?
shouldn't.
Is there more cave past this?
There is. There are other tunnels leading out of this particular large cavern to the north, south, and east.
Ask
You guys
Hane,
entered
where's
from
Hane
the
wanna
west.
Yeah, where's Hane want to go? She's the one that
go?
is
So
an
this
expert.
kinda
Have you
hurt
been
your
here
job.
before?
I'm an intern. I started last week.
Listen,
I
my
sent
mom. This is take your child to work day.
Right.
My mom just.
Actually, sent 4 email out to
You,
half our
you
customers.
just hear. I mean, we know behind us is out.
Yeah. All right. Let's
All
go.
Oh, there's some stuff.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
All right.
But I mean, realistically, like, if we're in this situation, do we
Yeah, no,
decide
we're,
like
we're out.
go
Stuff,
forward?
we're
Okay.
out for
So
sure. Out.
one egg is on the
This.
disc, and then one egg you have
No.
still.
Yep.
I haven't got a chance to make the disc yet.
We have no disc,
It takes 10 minutes to
and you
make.
can't have fly and disc.
I can.
Oh, you can.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you would have
Yeah.
had a chance to make it because we, like, that was the beginning of the plan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I would have.
Okay. Then yeah, you load the eggs up and hover your way towards the exit.
And yeah, if we have to go up an incline as well, like a cliff.
Yeah, the initial you like dropped down into this initial first.
I can use my attention swim disc as an elevator since it just floats behind me.
And you have fly.
And I fly on me.
Oh, yeah.
So I take
Okay.
2 people
But
at a
the
time,
egg,
so.
though.
I'll take the egg off. Put it down while we ferry everybody up.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. It's a little slow going because like the disc is a little lackadaisical and it's not meant for vertical travel or it's not really meant for travel. I don't know. It's a weird spell.
It's meant for travel.
Tell that
yeah.
to every time we've used it.
Right.
Phenomenal.
It's literally meant for carrying things behind you.
So it it takes you the better part of 2 minutes to ferry the non-flying people up and down. But by the end of that, you are out of that initial cave room. The rumbling continues to grow louder at this point.
Towards us?
It's getting louder.
Okay. I'll stop at like, should we just stop moving? Like, what's the play here?
You guys aren't even touching the ground. It's
No.
like just me and her.
And
Me.
and
Shara.
And Brent.
So it's most of us.
So over half
Yeah.
the party.
Yikes. It's tough.
Hane just says, let's pause here. Either it's a passerby or they're checking on the nest. Either way, we'll just stop and
Sure.
not draw attention.
Okay.
How far is the tremor sense on this?
I don't know. It's probably huge.
I could throw a fireball 500 feet into the cave.
I think for now we let it go. If one starts coming towards us,
Throw a fireball 500 feet in the cave.
If I
Yeah.
if I cast flights,
You don't have like line of sight to throw
All the
something back
ones
into
fly.
that room now.
then
How
just put the
far
last
into
person
this
on
are
the
we?
disc.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I mean, you're not super far away.
We're
You
good.
you could dimension door, throw a fireball, and then dimension door back.
That's the working plan.
just make sure you have one to get back.
I have so many to get back right now. We are good.
Do you want to raise a distraction?
I mean, not yet. I'm not convinced yet. You're just telling us that a rumbling's getting closer. We
Fair.
haven't seen anything.
If you do sort of have this like mental conversation, also Hane definitely strongly prefers that you don't destroy the worm nursery, as that is like hey farmer, I'm gonna destroy your crops.
So there's a bunch more nurseries.
Hey farmer, I heard that there's some rodents in your crops.
My
I'm
beautiful
gonna
map.
nuke
That's
them
all I got.
Just throw a fireball. Is that all right?
But you guys were gonna go right back there, right?
I mean, if there's more beholders to kill.
I hear there's a third one.
Word on the street.
Word on the street. We killed him.
Yeah, but he couldn't even keep slaves in. So.
Right.
Okay, so you guys pause.
Quick save.
Roll no. You. The rumbling continues getting louder over the next minute. It starts both louder, and then you feel more of the vibrations. Nothing comes into view. At some point, it stops abruptly.
All
Wait
right.
it out. Do you do something? Wait it out or keep waiting?
If I put the badger on the ground, does it have magical tremor sense powers that will reveal where this thing is?
You know what? Probably makes tremors, even if minute. Setting a badger on
Setting a
the ground.
badger down.
Point.
Or just
Wait.
wait it out.
So as soon as we step, this thing's coming right through the floor.
Yeah.
That's
Well, we didn't hear the rumbling get quieter. It abruptly stopped.
Roll a D100 to see if your badger intelligence badger has to pee. Only on a 1.
38.
100.
Okay, you're good. Wow, wait. That's really close to a 1.
What? No, it's the opposite of a 1.
Well,
It's one
sort
die.
of.
On a 100, he can, like, sense the tremors through the air.
Because
Tremere
no,
sense.
the
That's
water.
like, that's
the,
like being like, oh,
the
you're
water in the
critical. That's
air.
almost
no,
in that
no,
one.
the liquid in his bladder
Well-
has added vibrations to his body such that he can sense the ground from it.
No, but the way you roll 100 is the 00 and the 0, and the way you roll a 1 is the 00 and a 1.
It's only one die head or one die face away.
Right.
Yeah.
That was what I was getting at. I know it's not, like, technically close.
I think to Bran, I'm like, we could dimension door ourselves like 2,000 feet away from here, and they can just fly the rest of the way.
That's true.
The rumbling starts again.
Make it hit well.
Louder for a moment.
Make up minds.
The vibrations are more intense briefly, and then they start to get quieter.
You're waiting
And
until they're
further away.
gone.
And then it erupts from the earth and eats it.
Alright, more eggs.
Alright, we're going back.
We don't even need to cast
Can't make
fabricating.
an omelet without it, you know?
Alright, yeah.
The one to sell, one to use in the recipe, and one to use in another recipe.
Right. I mean, it's an omelet.
One to use in the recipe and one to make the talisman.
Yeah.
One to replace the egg we used to have.
We need a new pack.
No, Stool, this
Listen,
is
if
the
we
egg that
raise-
we always had.
Listen, if we raised an obedient one of those, can you imagine just yippee-ki-yaying through the Underdark on a purple worm?
Pretty good.
Alaskan
I
bull.
feel like there would be not a lot of clearance right on top of it. We might need to ride inside.
Behind it.
What
You
do
just
mean?
fabric-
tie a shield,
fabricate-
surfing!
Yeah,
Yes.
you tie a shield to the back of it while it's
Can't be any louder than the
was
giant,
gonna say.
gargantuan, burrowing worm.
Exactly. You
I
hide.
tell
We
you.
finally
it's called-
solved it.
It's called hiding in plain sight.
Oh no, the shield. It's so noisy behind this.
Yippee-ki-yay.
It's so beautiful. Okay, so you waited out another 3 minutes, and eventually
And then I start
The
banging my
vibrations
sword on the wall so that we get to fight a
dim
worm.
immensely.
Now we don't get to- we don't
Here,
level
use
up
this
now.
instead. It's a dinner bell.
Don't we have a gong somewhere?
Drop Lionel and start whacking the side of him with the sword.
Okay, so you, in the not too distant future, your fly. Fly is 10 minutes or an hour? 10 minutes. Okay, so a couple more minutes on the fly, a few more minutes on Lionel being a badger, but you guys start quietly making your way away from the nursery. Initially, not in a specific direction, just away as much as possible. But, after 15 minutes, your spells have worn off. Lionel is Lionel again. And what's the plan?
Did he do detect magic in the slave area?
Yeah.
Did she have anything magic on her?
Uh-huh.
No.
You really think the beholders would let a slave
Good
hang out with
point.
some
Hey, by the way, I had this really important scroll. Did you guys find it perchance?
How would they know? They would just turn the magic off.
So what do we do with?
Nothing is magic when they look at it.
Right, exactly.
What if they just don't think magic exists?
It's just them.
Every time I look, it's just there's
It's
nothing
like,
magical.
hey, check out this trick.
And so,
Why do you keep doing this to me?
It's like instead of hand magicians are those just the most fascinating thing.
Yeah.
How did they do it?
That's really funny.
So where are we going next? We're going to the maze engine.
Should we? Do you want more help? I guess like you're
We're
still.
just gonna
We've
carry this
rescued you as
egg
a.
for the
Do you
whole
want
time?
help finding your family? We can't spend any time doing it, but
We got this dog. If you got 2 days, we can get it.
I
do you
mean,
know anyone I know?
it's funny.
We could give her the sending stone.
Let
Can
it
she
pass.
cast 7?
Oh, good point. Probably not. That sucks.
Well, I mean, the sending stone. You don't need to.
No, but she.
Wait,
that-
Oh, you're
that
saying
can
the
let her
spell
talk to
jab
Davra.
with.
Yeah,
sending
not the
it.
sending
Does
stone.
she
The
wanna
sending
meet
stone.
Davra?
Do you want to meet my friend?
Can you make her jealous for me real quick? Can you?
He's
No,
got
if,
such a nice birth robe.
Yeah.
oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh man.
Amazing.
You just let it all hang out.
And I was just like, what?
On full display. Early morning.
The purple worm turns around.
Oh, it was.
Oh, he also wanted to see the birth.
Oh, wonder what his birth was.
Show you a birth robe. Whack! You're all crushed into the cave wall.
Purple worms don't have tails.
They are tails.
How many holes does a purple earthworm? Is it 1 or 2?
At least one.
At least one. Right, but is it a tube or is it have 2? You know.
Tube or a can?
You're right. Yeah. It's one or the other. Can't.
Well, Hane says that she is going to make her way to another one of the worm nurseries, basically just trying to meet back up with her group.
Sure.
She does ask a favor of you just to, like, give her a basic weapon of some sort and some rations if you have
Fresh
some.
out.
We haven't eaten in
I'll give her
weeks.
one
Yeah.
single javelin. I'm kidding.
I'll give her a light crossbow, but no bolts.
Mara, give her your magic weapon.
No, okay. I'm gonna take out the staff that I stole from Shidrak.
Man, too bad we don't have any like drow themed magic weapons that we could give her.
This staff, most powerful magical item we found.
I mean,
I still have a short sword.
I have an arbitrary
You what?
long
I have a
sword.
short sword.
Okay.
I also
Perfect.
have just an arbitrary
I
long
have some
sword.
titans.
She
I like to think that
gratefully
all
takes the
three-
short sword.
all three of you just like, yeah, just like all pull out a weapon.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's like,
wow, you guys don't need these? I mean,
Take one for yourself and then choose one to give away to determine what your stats will be for the start of your adventure.
she's like, hey, Brent, is that the legendary sword of the drow goddess? No.
is that
No, that's
Replica.
is that
I'm
the
glad
night-
though.
Replica. I'm
Big
glad
fan,
you bought
yeah.
it though. I think
Yeah.
it looks great too.
What's it called? Twilight?
It's got a certificate of authenticity. It's really sweet.
What was the drow god's name?
Which one?
No, the sword.
Sword goddess.
Do you remember?
Illustrate? maybe?
Yes.
Alistray?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a phallistray.
False astray.
False astray. It's I'm just imagining buying the Louis Valton,
Louis Vuitton.
the Louis Valton purses
Right.
on the streets of New York.
Chewy.
It
A
admits
second purple worm comes,
it
whacks
does
you
emit
again.
poison, but it will corrode the sword immediately.
Okay, so Hane thanks you again.
We'll call you tonight. Figure out what happened to you.
For freeing her and then accompanying her at least this far and helping her on her way.
Thank you for showing us the worm.
Wait, are you going back to Menzo Baronson?
Eventually, if I can't find my group or or if I do, they'll eventually be heading back.
So grab 10 of the platinum that we took from the horde.
Why would you do that?
Let's
You
say.
think we're just
Is for coming from your cut?
Yes. Say, here's the deal. Eventually, somebody that looks like they're a drow in illusion is going to come up to you and say they need some passage into the city, and they're just gonna say yes, that's fine, and you're gonna guide them in there. And I'm gonna give 10 platinum and one of my birth torches.
She's a drow. She doesn't need that.
Good point. I'm gonna take the birth torch back, but I'm gonna leave the.
Why do you have a birth torch?
Everybody
being
has
born in
birth
the
torches. But we
Underdark?
found this as well.
In the
Everybody's
Underdark?
got one. I mean, yeah, but you still need a
I
torch.
mean, Outsiders, sure.
Look, no, birth torch. All right, that's the thing.
You get birth like sunglasses, maybe. I don't know.
Oh dear.
What's happening?
I'm ignoring it right now.
She says that won't be a problem, and graciously accepts the
Bribe.
the bribe, and
A generous gift with no strings attached.
right.
With explicit strings attached.
I thought you were gonna give her the go. Hey, don't go to the bank tomorrow.
No, oh no, she can. I'm gonna get the platinum back when the city's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Don't go to the mage tower.
But she bids you all adieu, and she heads off further north.
Do what do you?
So,
Wait, I forgot about
Underlight, you have acquired
Yeah.
2 purple worm eggs and 2 beholder eyes.
That's
So I mean, if you fucks up building the talisman, you're on your way to a replacement one already, which is nice.
That's true.
with these eggs.
But what is your next move?
I want to get a yacht hound as a pet.
Are you going to?
What's the closest to us?
Yeah.
I forget I forget the.
So you're very north right now.
This was Beholder.
Lady Illustrator of the Dark Sildari.
Worm Writhings.
So you're in the worm writhings.
Yep.
You are
Which is-
very north.
East of the Beholder.
Wait, what?
Is the Worm Writhings east of the Beholder?
The worm writhings. The vast oblivion is contained within the worm writhings. The worm writhings is
Oh.
like hundreds of square miles of Underdark.
Sweet.
The vast oblivion is a little dot within that.
Perfect.
We need to get rid of these eggs. We're not carrying these by hand for our next
Into the
objectives.
labyrinth.
Do we want to teleport back and then have?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Did he give us?
Do
a
you want to
circle?
carry this freaking egg?
I thought you were strong.
He didn't give us a circle.
Yeah, I guess Nero's not that strong. That's fine.
There you go. That must be it.
He did give us a circle.
Clearly the answer.
Where do we teleport to?
We
With the
we
scroll.
asked him if he could teleport to
This
us
is
and pick us
definitely
up,
what the scroll is for.
or we use the scroll back
This
and
is
try to
the
teleport
scroll.
back, but I have to roll a
17.
Mm-hmm.
13 or higher.
Mm.
I mean, I need a d20.
No.
I mean, I can help you with that.
No.
You can also be blessed.
True.
No, because then we want to use the scroll. How are we gonna get to the labyrinth? Is he gonna drop us off there?
Yeah,
Yeah, probably.
I guess he's just our freaking Uber.
we can call him.
He's not gonna go with you, but he might send you there if you get yourself to his
Then we
tower.
might as well just
Look-
ask him to pick us up.
Look,
Hey,
he
Shauna, can
sent
you-
us off, and 2 days later we come back with 2 ingredients.
then
Like,
we might as well just have him pick us up.
Ishara, can you call?
He doesn't necessarily know where you are.
Yeah.
We can go back to
Right
where it drops
here.
off.
Well, we'll just give him our location, GPS coordinates.
We can go back
all right, I'm gonna send you a dog.
we go back to where it drops us off.
And then I'm gonna send you a dog again.
We
What?
could. We can.
Yeah,
get
we
back
could
to
go
where he
back
drops
to
This
us
where he
dude's
dropped us
smart. He
off.
can figure it
We
out.
can definitely get back to where he dropped us off. That's what, like 4 hours from here.
I don't know.
Sure, yeah.
Because we only
It's like
we
it's actually,
walked,
right, it's actually right there.
we walked a few miles away from the vast oblivion into the worm writhings to get to the worm nest, and we had walked a few hours before that to get to the vast oblivion.
Let's do it. Let's go back to where he dropped us off.
We should do something.
Ashara, can we make sure that let's have Ashara call him first and make
Right.
sure he can come pick us up before we walk all the way back there.
That's what I was thinking. Sure, I'm sorry that we used the telephone just a long time.
You have more value to us when you heal us. Outside of that.
It makes me feel any better. I just cast ritual spells all the time, so.
How did you know this takes something? We use it
Because I was
so many times. It was useful.
Weirdly, I'm like kind of glad nobody had it because that would also have made like the hey, we're stuck in the Underdark. Can we get some help? Like, I feel like it would have taken
Yeah.
away from that a little
Oh,
bit.
that's
the,
a
the
good- it's
Underdark
super well
isolation. Yeah.
Yeah, forgot about that.
There was a
that
few times
aspect
where I
of
thought
it.
about it and I was like, oh, this could be really handy, and then I was like, I feel like
It
it
would've
just
had to
ends
be.
up kind of like breaking some of the stuff in the like when I'm like, okay, Brent actually has his spell. Oh
Dad?
yeah, I call my dad up. I call
Yeah.
my
Right. Becomes just like, hey, honey. So by the way, I'm not dead. I just fell into the hole.
I'm
and
the
I don't have
only
patron
per-
now.
Like if I had it, like I call for help, but nobody's coming. Like it's the only one that
Yeah.
reasonably could have worked.
You just
but
keep
like,
calling the king of
Yeah.
Gratitude. Just
hello.
I would get along with my stepdad and like he'll figure something
People are
out.
wondering why the King of Graggleton is just going mad.
You can
He
end
just
this
has this-
torment really quickly. Come help me.
Wait.
Oh,
4
man.
times a day, 25 words from York.
That's
Can't last
amazing.
long.
Just-
I just watched an episode of Criminal Minds about the hum. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the phenomenon called the hum, but it's literally just like, you get a ringing in your ears sometime, just like for a little bit. But it's like if you just had that all the time. And there are certain geographic locations that are more prone to people noticing that. And then it's really like they can't stop it. They don't know what the source is. And the whole premise of this Criminal Minds episode is this dude, his wife started hearing it, couldn't stop it, and eventually she literally takes a drill to her own side of her head to try and get the part of the brain that has the auditory stuff, and just like overdoes it and hits her own brainstem and kills herself. So this guy then it's like a filet à deux or whatever, and basically he almost like inherits her
Spoilers.
crazy
Everybody's watching.
sorry,
Spoilers.
whatever. It's 13 seasons in, so by the time you actually start watching, there's a lot going down.
Okay.
Very sweet.
Yeah, and so this dude goes around and is trying to find the source of the hum because he can't stop it in his own head, and it just like literally just drives him basically insane.
Do they figure out where it's coming from?
What?
Do they figure out where it's coming from?
No, they still don't know.
That's like a real life thing.
There is some. There are real life reports of people hearing the hum.
It's wild.
And so, in the show, they quoted the statistic that like 2% of people can hear it, but it's also seems to be like specific geographic places where
Like
they
2%.
tend to hear it more.
2% in an area, or 2% of all people?
The way it sounded is 2% of all people.
Is
There's
it
a
like-
place called Taos or something in New Mexico, I think.
Is
the name
it
of this
like
town.
the same noise?
It's
Like, 'cause
it's called
tinnitus
the
is
hum for a reason.
Yeah, because
but
I was like, tinnitus is a thing.
I assume it's not tinnitus because I imagine you
They
could
would've figured
test
it
if it's because I want to say that it was like neurological and not physiological.
Look it up.
But I don't. This was all ancillary information from an episode of Criminal Minds, so I'm certainly no expert. Ishara casts sending into one of the stones again, and then hands it to whichever one of you actually wants to break the news to Viserion and need a ride because she doesn't want to.
I'll let him know.
Okay.
I assume Yormik like reaches his hand out, and I just like quickly snatch it up.
Big time.
Um,
Take out my stone to call Davra. Fine.
it's the underlight. I can never actually keep track of how
I
many.
got you.
It's the underlight. We have 2 ingredients.
So,
They're really cumbersome. Can you pick us up so we can drop them off at
Same
Araj.
no, what's the
drop-off location?
yeah, the pickup location.
The
At Vast Oblivion. Thanks.
you didn't say when. Oh, shit.
Cast it again, Ashara. Or
Quick,
she's
quick.
still attuned to it.
I'm in the middle of something at the moment.
Good.
Yeah, good.
Guess we'll just camp out here.
I will be there in an hour or so.
Oh.
Is that? Can we get back there
I don't know.
in an hour?
How far was it?
With the eggs?
It was are you going to the Vast Oblivion itself, or where he dropped you off?
Turn my caps off.
We said vast.
I said vast oblivion.
No.
Vast Oblivion.
Yeah.
And we can call him in an hour if he doesn't show up there and be like, hey, where you at?
Okay. I mean, so it was like in the ballpark of 2 hours of travel time to get to where you were.
This dude can divination, right?
If you cast...
This dude has to be able to see us.
If you cast Fly again, we can Dimension Door the other two and get back. We can cut this distance in half.
With one dimension door?
No, with a bunch.
I mean, I can also cast. If I cast fly at max level, I can cast fly on all but one of us.
And Bryn can turn Lionel
Into a cat.
into
Well,
something would be
I'll say I can cast it on.
But then we have to
On-
carry
on
2
four
eggs
people.
without Lionel. So we want Lionel to have that,
Yeah.
but Bryn can cast me into a cat.
So Lionel flying could probably
Carry both eggs.
carry a pair of eggs.
Good point.
big hands.
Big hands.
Large creature. Large
And then like
creature.
2 of you who know Dimension Door can just like, all right, my Dimension
Blink,
Door, now
blink,
you
blink.
Dimension Door, now I Dimension Door, now you Dimension Door.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, we're good.
Gosh.
Yeah, no, that's the play.
Okay.
You, yeah, so you're casting Fly.
I guess so. It's 6th level. I can
Okay.
cast it on 4 people at the same time.
Bryn and I will stay not flying.
So-
So
Mhm.
Lionel, you,
Ashara.
and Ashara.
Leroy.
Bryn,
Alright.
we're at it again.
What a way to use my 6th level spells.
For travel.
I'm about to upcast these dimension doors.
That's
I only have.
Can you upcast it? I don't know if you can upcast it.
I mean, you can,
You can. It just doesn't.
Well,
do
so it doesn't make you
anymore.
go any further. It's just
Right.
you cast it.
but you can
You
cast
use
it with
the
us.
spell.
Oh, dope. Yeah, okay, we're going.
You can upcast anything.
I've got.
So with
I have
between
2.
the
Cast
flies
this 5 times.
and if you guys are gonna,
How many dimension doors do I need?
well, let's see. When you fly, you're going
2,500 feet?
like basically over twice as fast as walking, because or as your
it's
normal
exactly,
speed.
it's exactly twice as fast.
Right. So
Well, I'm actually slower when I'm walking. I'm 25 feet, so it's more than twice as fast.
right.
So it's 120 feet per 6 seconds.
So if you guys burn through like all of your dimension doors, and you guys fly
Doors it is.
for
We're just gonna get there in 20 seconds.
bam,
Hope
we're here.
nothing
Oh,
terrible
shit.
happens to them on the way, like a big warp or anything.
Well, I imagine we like dimension door in front of them, and then like
Right,
walk
you
for a
do
while
it-
while they catch up and pass us, and then we
It's very kind of
dimension
you.
door again. What happens if like we're spending all our spells doing this like leapfrog business? What happens if?
The last one, they just land in front of us.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
Nothing. A
We- we
fireball.
have to have
between all of your spells, you have little issue getting back to the
Back
vast
here.
oblivion
Yeah,
in under an hour, because
Right.
you're just moving so much quicker with all of the spells.
Good job, team.
Haste.
And
They
you're not
say
even.
magic
1
can't
minute
buy happiness.
fast.
Yeah. So you guys reach, the edge of the vast oblivion again, and presumably descend down one of the exterior shafts and head back towards the center or something.
Yeah.
Now we can't fight him on the map.
Um,
We've called you here to kill you.
With
What
these-
about our spell? Did you finish? Okay, before we kill you, did you finish the? Did you finish the spell? He's like, oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We've called you here to kill you.
Played that one wrong.
Wait, didn't we need that talisman?
Did you finish the talisman? Yes, I finished it. We've called you here to kill you.
Wait, did you secure transport into?
Men's Barenton?
Yeah, here to kill you.
Yeah.
so for seen casually, the on target starts at 54, and I rolled a 54
Ah!
for him getting to you guys.
Let's go. Let's go.
By the skin of his teeth.
So you guys reach.
He's like a B average maybe C average wizard. He's just skating by right at that number. He got his
rest of his
diploma and he's
group.
good to go.
He's only an archmage because he's so old. Like he's actually progressed very slowly.
Doing a group project.
He filled
It's actually
in
just
with,
the
like,
shape of his
curve.
back as he gets more and more hunched over.
Archmage.
He's not an archmage, he's an archmage.
Yeah, so you guys get back about 15 minutes hanging out back at the Vestibulium.
Well, after a short rest.
What?
Wait, it's an hour.
No, yeah,
It's not enough. It's not enough time for a short
For
rest.
cat nap.
but at some point you get there. He casts Ascending to you all, or I guess let's see who Bryn called him. He does Ascending to Bryn. He says, I'm here. Come find me, or like we're you guys find each other.
I was gonna
Eventually,
say,
we're able to make this work.
I'll use the dog.
See you.
Okay,
I'll use the dog, send the dog after him.
Perfect.
gotcha.
Goes
Okay,
straight into a
so
wall.
it goes directly down. It's just he teleported to like the bottom of the chasm.
Well, hey, we have a direction. I need to find a way to like make a beacon attached to this
This is
dog
true.
that I can like sense the direction he's
You
in.
you without any further issues are able to locate each other within the Vestibulium, and he teleports you all back to Arash.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
Uh-oh.
Nah, he's very familiar with this
I
one.
was gonna
so
say
it's-
like
it's his own tower.
Nine
Yeah.
hells.
Even,
I feel
even
like-
not taking you to his permanent circle, on target for very familiar starts at 25. And he got it close, so he got 28. dude
sucks.
almost an off day. Hey, he came and picked you up, and you
That's
didn't have to
true.
burn your scroll.
He did. Good job. Good job, Vizarin.
And he's gonna drop us off tomorrow.
So he escorts you all back inside. Your same chambers are made available to you. He takes one of the eggs,
Yep.
and he takes one of the beholder eyes.
We have two each.
Right? Yeah, which is pretty
You can
funny,
build
honestly.
your thing.
I can try to, and hopefully that'll
You
work
have a
out.
lad.
I know.
Here.
Has to count for something.
Yeah, so that's probably a little longer of a like you're not gonna have time to like work today and then head out again first thing in the morning if you're trying to do the infusion work on your amulet
What
right
if I don't
now.
want to sleep?
Day, night, it matters not. It's the Underdark.
But okay.
I have a clock that says different.
We can hang
But yeah, you find yourselves back at Arash. Vizarin, for the fact that like what you went out and just grabbed, if it wasn't like this drow archmage dude, you'd be shocked at how uninterested in the details of you acquiring these materials he is.
We weren't even gone 24 hours.
Right.
Like,
No,
it's
we
like-
stayed overnight.
Yeah, but that's 8 hours of rest.
Yeah.
We got there, we fought for 10 minutes at most.
What were you
Like-
What were you doing that you were so busy you
Slept
couldn't
for 8
pick us
hours.
up like an hour ago? And these really important things.
I was in the middle of a book.
Have you read the Three Body Problem?
Middle of a book. Which book?
A good one.
Like
You
pleasure
can't.
reading, or like
You have no idea how little it narrows it down for me.
Have you heard of Twilight?
Have you heard?
Vizarin's
Don't
other
be
guilty
ridiculous.
pleasure.
Vampires aren't real.
Waited an hour to get us with super important magical artifacts for a book. That's our.
Not magical
we weren't
artifacts.
ready anymore,
Ingredients.
so it's perfect.
Full magical artifacts.
Where are we going next? Are we going outside the place with the Baylor or the? Oh, did your interns get the mushrooms yet? Which
Did
was a
you read
way
it?
easier task than us getting 2 eggs and 2 eyes.
In less than a day.
Yeah, that's true. We did. We went to a beholder and came back with 2 eyes. Is that's still not? You don't care? Okay.
How did you get the second eye?
He dreamt a second beholder.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, we fought both.
Yeah, not gonna
At the
learn
same
that. Not gonna
time.
learn that in any book.
Several of us basically almost died.
It was easy. He was like
You do
fine
look,
at the end of it.
You
Yeah.
do look a little rough around the edges, but no worse for the long-term wear.
We'll see about that.
Well, very well. First 4 floors are yours too. Stay as you like it.
How do we use the floaty elevator in the middle?
Ooh, yeah, great question.
Yeah. There's 3 words. There's basically like
Egg.
up, down, and stop equivalents.
He only teaches us up and down.
We can just
Stop,
jump
stop.
out.
Ow.
Descend, descend,
down, up,
rise,
down.
and halt in. It's gonna be. Hang on one sec.
Is it up vengeance?
Egg.
Up vengeance, down vengeance, halt vengeance.
Up barrage. Down barrage. Stop barrage. Wait, never stop barrage.
What else? Mushroom, blood, feather.
Blood,
egg,
feather.
eye.
Up is avenge, down is revenge.
I want to get the feather next.
Feathers
You
and
guys.
heart
The
and
feathers and
blood are
heart.
in theory all in the labyrinth.
The feather sounds.
Well, but
It's
If-
the drow words for
What?
rise, descend,
I
and
mean,
halt.
Gotcha.
All three.
the blood
all three things.
from like Zergtmoy might be easier than from.
I mean, they're all there.
They're
And
not
the
all
blood
there.
and the blood. Yeah, there's a demon lord in there.
Oh, I thought you meant all the
Right
demon
over
lords
here.
are there.
No.
But yes.
So, from the visions that you had, you saw Yinogu hunting things down from somewhere within the labyrinth. You saw Baphomet trying to find the maze engine.
Who's fighting the Gabli?
Gabritsu?
Gabritsu, that was bad.
The Garistro. I think that
Yeah.
Sure.
I think Yinogu was
Baphomet.
killing the Garistro.
Yeah.
Baphomet.
So tight.
I have a note here that says Garistro Heart in Labyrinth with Baphomet. I don't know.
Baphomet hanging out.
I
in
could have
the
also
labyrinth
just been wrong. Would not be the first time I have an incorrect note.
Yinogu is hanging out with Knowles killing things.
Killing beholder,
I
making a
think we
no.
can kill Yinogu. He seems like
Baphomet
just a
is
big
the one
dog.
heading towards the weapon, but he
Maze engine.
also was killing the whatever. Baphomet is fighting a large Garistro.
Both are there.
Yeah.
I'd feather first, for sure.
Feather?
Angel feather.
Oh, angel feather.
Sure.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Yeah, we're definitely not going to have to fight like demon angels.
Well, they're not demon angels. They're angels.
They're dead.
Yeah, they're stone angels.
I mean, they were like angels that weren't
They're
great.
stone,
They got
dude.
like.
We're just. Have you read Art of the Deal? All right. I'm just gonna be like, give us 6 feathers. Give
You
us.
read Art of the Deal?
No, but I'm gonna ask.
That wasn't
I
the
read
question.
the Dust Jacket, and I think that what I took away is if you ask them for 7 feathers, they'll bargain down to 6. You got to anchor the deal at 7.
I thought you were never supposed to talk first.
That's
And they're petrified.
that's what you think.
That's what we were told. Didn't you agree?
Angels, it's different though.
Yeah, you gotta take a different angle.
Yeah.
But they have the high ground.
It's
so
the
they
angel
gotta-
angle.
Well, I started at the high ground. and
So
I came down
both
here.
Yinogu and the other guy are in the maze. I think that's the critical. part of
Baphomet
that, right?
was the one that was fighting the Garistro.
So are we gonna? Do we think he can get us directly to the angels, or is he gonna drop us off at the beginning of the?
for sure.
Okay. Are we doing anything else in this house? Like trying to go to the 5th floor?
We'll stay the night. You guys
We'll
used
stay the
all of your spells.
We will
to
stay the
teleport
night.
a bunch. We're not going anywhere.
Staying
Do we?
the night.
Well, so there's a timer on the eyeball, right?
I would assume I think that's mostly for transportation. I would guess he has some way to preserve it until he needs to use it for the ritual. Or is
Well, his eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
How long do you think that'll take?
a day maybe.
Yeah, probably like a whole day.
I'm fine waiting a
You
day.
can wait 8
Yeah, that's
days
fine with me.
All right.
for him to complete
See
it.
if we need to go get a second beholder eye for you.
I'm gonna ask him to borrow that book while you do it.
What?
I'm gonna borrow that book that he was reading while you do it.
The Nightfall one?
Oh no, it's did he get the book? No, he doesn't. Never mind. The whatever one he was reading.
Nightfall. Oh, sorry, Twilight.
Eclipse?
Twilight.
Twilight.
Yeah. I'd like to read about what love looks like.
So wait, was the sword named after the book or like?
Dude.
Yes.
It's really big. So are we staying? So staying the night, and then Vera's gonna work on maybe today and tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do some reading up on just actually on angels if he had try to learn something about the thing of the angels gallery.
Okay.
Gallery of Angels.
Gallery of angels.
It's a chess set.
Did we find out if there's mushrooms?
Yeah.
They have not been
Scrubs.
acquired yet.
They
They're
probably
still-
can't dimension door 5 times.
Wow. Imagine.
Make half the party fly. Yeah.
Scrubs.
Does he have a chess set? Do you think?
Absolutely.
Absolutely does.
Wizard's chest though.
I will challenge him
I
to
only
a
play
chess
Bard's
match.
chess.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. If I win, I get to go to the 5th floor.
And if I win?
You can have this stick that I found.
The room at
Killing
night.
an archmage.
We'll give you the beholder eye.
Yeah, we'll give you the
Not yours.
We will go get
other
the
one.
rest of the
Swear to
stuff
God.
for you if you win.
Yeah, I bet my beholder and a chess match with me. Oh my.
Yeah, just bet the pretty stick that you got. For
Yeah.
again.
Has to
Very
be
well.
Bullet chest though.
Genius.
Sure. Bullet chest against the wizard. Because of that, because you're going to be playing on instinct as much as intellect,
Yep.
I will let you roll with wisdom checks or intelligence checks.
Oh, I have +0 to both.
Well, take your pick.
Unless I'm going against an illusion. In which case.
Can you roll survival?
Is he trying to charm him?
Yeah. Am I being poisoned?
Wait, are they made out of rocks?
Yes.
They are not made out of rocks.
Dang it.
Alright, that's your first. Your
That's
first.
a 9.
Your start of the game is not hot.
Nope, I put the horse on the right side of the board.
7. The first one.
Oh,
the
9!
start of the
Let's
game is
go.
7 total?
Yeah. Roll a 2.
Ha! I am pressing forward.
This is winnable.
18.
18.
Let's go! Hold it. We're holding it. 4.
13.
Blunder the rook. Alright.
So we'll basically go until it's like a tennis tiebreak. Somebody gets +2.
Yeah.
We're back at 0 right now.
Yeah.
All right.
9.
24.
Okay. That's not about it. I'm going to roll with intelligence this time.
Okay.
12.
6.
Yes!
It's even.
Back at 0. Man, there's been a 1 and a 2
You
from
want to
this dude.
inspire me during this chess match at all?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a great point. I will super inspire you.
I feel
I'll just be like,
this wizard is like just out.
Hey, when you go to move that horse, move that horse real good.
And then he just
No, not that one. The other one. That's good.
bizarre
Yeah.
move that just throws him completely out of his game.
Right.
Okay, a 6.
15.
Okay, we're even.
No,
he's
now
up.
+1 Vizarin again.
Yeah. Plus
Oh yeah,
You
that's
were
right.
just back
Alright,
to
right. 10.
21.
Dang it!
You've been roasted.
Squeaked out.
And mate. I will admit it was a more entertaining game than I had expected.
Well, sometimes if you're not reading books, you learn something.
You guys really good on those peace moves. Did you know how all
I've
those?
never seen this thing.
No clue if my chest.
I thought it was checkers. I was
The bishops were great.
You go to move your knight like just 4 and 3, and then he uses like mage hand to like kick it over one more free.
I was literally just copying every move.
He's
he
like,
made.
Oh god!
like moves forward and
love
like
it.
looks up at a confused face and is like,
I love the idea that you learned how to play chess on a game that you bet on.
just real time bullet chess. Like,
I give him the stick. You can have it.
Amazing. Yeah, mark that off of your inventory.
No stick. All right.
He takes the stick and returns to the 5th floor without you.
Actually gonna take the stick.
He is going to take the
It's
stick.
cold.
oh, you bet that stick?
If only
It's a cold
The
stick?
staff of Shadrach. No.
The staff of frost. You said it's cold.
No, I didn't. That's a good point.
Okay, so tomorrow, Bryn's planning on spending time reading about angels. Vera's going to be working on her amulet. Anybody else have anything specific they'd like to attempt to accomplish on your next one day of downtime that you're
What
going to have?
piece did he checkmate me with?
What singular piece?
Yeah.
The One Piece checkmate.
A knight and a bishop.
I'm gonna take one of the bishops that he checkmated me with. I'm gonna put in the invisible box. I'm just gonna put it in my pocket.
Okay.
Took
Love it.
Petty.
the stick.
Okay. Do you guys have anything you're going to do the following day in particular?
I have nothing.
No, we need to teleport back here.
So this is, we got there, dropped off, and now this is the day.
So this, yeah, it's going to be the day that Vera is going to work on her amulet.
Okay,
But
so we're in.
that is going to happen when we play again on Monday.
Yeah.
In case I don't remember, I will inspire you
Sweet. That'll be I might-
at some point while you're working on it. I don't know.
And if anyone wants to be my second pair of hands, if that helps too. I have some ideas as far as like the narrative of how this is put together.
Yeah, and we can chat about that before we get back together on Monday.
Just dry it out until it shrivels up.
Okay.
That's actually kind of something I was thinking along the lines of.
So, that's what we got for tonight. That's two items of the the 6 that are on your list long term. You got the Beholder Eye. You got the Purple Worm Egg. That leaves Heart of Garistro, Blood or Ichor from a Demon Lord, and Angel Feathers and the Grimoire.
Roll for help.
But 3 of those seemingly can be gotten from the Maze Engine. So we'll see if Vera can, come into a more realized version of her amulet when we come back on Monday.
And if I fuck it up, gotta find a holder eye because that was so easy to find that
I've
last
got
one.
another one.
Oh yeah,
It's like right over there.
super simple.
Look, fighting one beholder has to be like pretty trivial.
I mean, it's fair. We're 2. Jesus Christ.
Yep. Still love that it started with just like, I'm just gonna push him off of it. Just push the wizard,
that was a great
off the
call.
bridge. It was a good call.
Probably.
I
the
bet
best
you
call
probably
we
didn't think that he was going to be able to cast Cone of Cold.
definitely
but-
did.
But yeah, so that's it for tonight. We'll be back on Monday, and then hopefully for a solid series of Mondays through the rest of July. So
Hey,
Oh,
imagine
Oh,
us playing
shit.
on a bunch of Mondays.
it's crazy,
wild.
but cool. Thanks for hanging out. See you guys next week.
Bye.